And we are live. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake. Help you create something awesome today. Welcome back to another YouTube channel review stream. So today we're going to be reviewing a couple of YouTube channels. I think tonight we're probably going to do 6 unless I get a second wind here. And so when we do these, we try to give a channel some advice on their title and thumbnail strategy. We tell them one thing that they're doing very well. We tell them one thing that they immediately need to fix and correct. And then I go on to give them the advice that I think will have the most impact on changing the trajectory of their channel and helping them grow. Also today we're trying something new. We are trying a combination vertical and horizontal live stream. I've got the multicam set up here. I'm not 1010% sure exactly how this is going to play out for the vertical stream in terms of how all of that is going to display 100% perfectly. However, we're going to try it, and in fact, we're going to pop in, look, see, there it is, cutting me off, like on the vertical, a banner from our sponsor tonight, 1 of 10, and so if you guys don't know, 1 of 10 is the #1 YouTube tool for strategy and for helping you with your titles, your thumbnails, finding topics, understanding your niche, and they have a lot of wonderful tools that you can use right now. You can check it out with a trial using my link. You can also get, I believe it's 20% off for life using code Roberto at checkout. We've got it linked down below for you in the description. So thank you to our friends over at 1 of 10. They are awesome. And so make sure you're checking that out. Again, see, this is the one problem with the vertical streaming is we still have to work out the kinks with regard to layout for simulcasting for vertical streaming. We're also doing our traditional widescreen live stream for you over on YouTube, twitch.com, x.com, kick.com, linkedin.com, and facebook.com. So we're streaming to 6 destinations, plus we're doing vertical to try to test that out since YouTube has vertical and horizontal streaming. It's supposed to merge these if it's all going right. So that's something that we're working on just to know that we can do it and to see how it works, how it plays out. So make sure you're checking out everything linked in terms of resources from the description. I see we have our first super chat for a channel review from J Take Profits. So we're going to get that into our sheet for the channel reviews tonight, and we're going to make sure that we get to that one. Excuse me. Interestingly, a lot of you have been seeing success with the short split strategy of uploading anywhere from 3 to 8 YouTube shorts per day, 30 to 60 minutes apart daily, every single day. We've had a lot of people showcasing their results with that with screenshots over on X. I've shown some screenshots from a lot of my clients. I had a client with 3,000 subscribers that embraced this strategy. He's a YouTube gamer playing Clash Royale. His channel is Mr. Recruit. He's done almost 10 million views in the last 28 days with a 3,000 subscriber channel, and he's absolutely killing it. A lot of his, almost every single short he has made has more views than he has subscribers. He's about to get monetized next week. So he basically got monetized a month after trying this strategy because he met the requirements. So the payout, in case people are wondering, people always think shorts doesn't pay. It's just that if you're thinking of it in the wrong way and you're thinking of it just like long form, you could think of it that way. But it's actually easier than you might think if you're uploading that many shorts to get tens of millions of views, especially if it's evergreen shorts and you don't make disposable content. So basically 10 million shorts views is worth $800 to $1,200 US. And that's what I've been seeing across the board with my clients. Some of you remember my student Jake gave me permission to share his results, and I'll show you guys that here on screen for a case study. So I've been working with Jake for a while, and we're working together again. Currently, we have plans to work together in the new year. Then I'll show you guys a long form case study for a brute force strategy before we get into the reviews. But again, I'm really proud of what Jake's been doing, and he said that I could share this publicly, and then I'll share Eric's results because he does long form. He did short form as well. He wants to actually do shorts, long, and live streams. So with the results here from Jake, going into the analytics here. So this is all from short form, by the way, with regard to the revenue. So this is, if we go here, you can see this is short form revenue, and he's absolutely killing it. This is really, really good money, but that pales in comparison to what his September was like. Now, there was a point where he got sick in October and then had to recover. Then he had a family thing, obviously, that we won't get into. So he's cut back by about 40% of his upload schedule. But this was September where we started working together, and where he embraced the short split strategy, and he absolutely crushed it. And as you can see, this is from short form. Let's see, revenue from short form, and then from everything. So long form wasn't nearly as much. So you can see shorts feed, YouTube Premium, which was going to be from the short form, and then the rest was long form, which wasn't particularly significant. So again, most of his revenue was from the short form here. So very good. Then October was, again, I hope you guys don't mind that we're going to take a minute to get to the reviews, but I just think that this is valuable to share. So then October was this, but he uploaded 46 to 50% less during October. He missed quite a few days, and there were days where he uploaded a lot less than the usual 5 to 8 amount, usually edging toward 8. But there's then a whole almost week where he fell off entirely from uploads. So, and then actually the first week, so basically the first and the last week, he didn't upload much at all the first and last week in October, and that made a significant difference here. The other thing is, though, when he uploads the shorts to TikTok as well, he also makes a couple extra, couple $1,000s that way as well. It's not as much as YouTube, but it works out. And November so far has still been very good to him. So again, if he can maintain consistency, as you can see, when he does, the revenue goes back up to the moon. And then for the views for November, this is what that was. Here's October. You can see subscribers were also significant. And then September was, absolutely crushing it. So, it's funny that when you really think about it, Mr. Beast pays $4 million to get 100 million views per episode when he puts out a YouTube video. Jake just worked really hard and aggressively did short form and got the same 100 million views in his bedroom that Mr. Beast paid $4 million for. Now, granted, that was on long form on Mr. Beast's part, so I'm not really comparing it, but a view is a view, right? So I'm just making a point here in terms of effort and scale, in that sometimes really you guys may be overthinking this in terms of how you are devaluing one format versus another just because there's a bias toward long form content on YouTube. With that in mind, though, I will show you another case study before we move on. We'll get to some of your questions in the chat, and we absolutely will get to the super chats for the donations and for the channel reviews, and we'll do like 5 or 6 of them tonight unless I get a second win. I'm actually really enjoying the stream right now, even with you guys in the chat. Again, I really love doing presentations and case studies. And so, a lot of this stuff can be incredibly powerful for you guys to learn. There are a couple of you in the chat that have been doing some of the short split strategy, and you guys can talk about some of your results in the chat of what's been working for you. But again, I'm sharing some of my students' case studies with permission. They said I could share these. So I want to share somebody who did shorts, flipped over to long form. I want to prove to you guys also, by the way, shorts don't hurt long form. Jake's long form still did very well. And so did my next student, Eric here. He is also a Clash Royale player. I don't only coach gaming channels and Clash Royale players, but I coach a lot of players because I have an arrangement with Supercell, and I coach a lot of their creators, and I'm paid very well for that, to coach a lot of those creators and to also help with their education platform for their creator program. With that in mind, some of those people have went on to work with me independently and directly, but this short split strategy works for education channels such as tech and product reviewers especially, but also people who can do education commentary and things like finance, legal, news, politics. You can actually imagine exactly how well it works with politics and news in particular, but also product reviews, lifestyle channels, travel, vlogging, beauty, makeup, family channels, pet channels, animal channels. Works extremely well, this same strategy. Fact of the day channels. So it works for entertainment, lifestyle, and education. You adapt the strategy and you tweak it a bit. I've talked a lot about it on X and on LinkedIn, and I will be doing a video breaking this down. We'll also do a live stream deep dive breaking this down as well. But I want to show you a student of mine, his analytics that took a different approach, because we did short form and that worked for him, but he decided to apply the principles of the short split strategy to long form and do the brute force strategy, which is an advanced version of the same strategy that grew me from 20,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers in 1 year, and then kept growing me year after year for 3 years, right up until about the pandemic. And then we all know what happened there, and that I got depressed and Demi retired during the pandemic. A lot of people burnt out during the pandemic, so it's whatever. But we have a creator who took the same short splits aggressive tactic strategy and applied it to long form, and it was based on the thesis of how I grew my channel from 20,000 to 100,000 in 1 year. But he took it further than I ever did. Instead of just posting one video a day, he went wild. And he figured out that people loved his personality. He didn't need to over edit his content, and that authenticity is more important than editing or editing style. And so he decided to post 1 to 3 videos a day of long form, 20-minute or so videos, commentary style for his game. And it won. And it won spectacularly, and the revenue is absurd. So we're going to get into this, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here to try and see if also on the vertical you guys get to see this from an analytics standpoint. So this is Eric, another student of mine, and he has been absolutely killing it. Killing it. So let's see here. Just want to make this visible for you guys. So this is almost 10 million views of long form. This is 9 million views of long form, and I want you guys to see what that is valued at. Now, this is last 28 days. I want to take you to September. This is 12 million views in September. Now, keep in mind that in October, November, and December, RPMs in general tend to go up. So again, we have a baseline for what someone making 10 million views in a month could look like, could earn. Great subscriber growth there, great revenue growth there. And again, you could see he went hog wild, even on the long form. And then we have October. So again, if you take the extreme of the short split strategy and somehow, some way you were able to do it for long form, you come out ahead. So to give you an indication of how many videos Eric actually uploaded in the month of October, he uploaded basically 194, basically 100 videos in a month, which is basically uploading about 3 videos a day on average. So again, he took the aggressive nature of short splits, made it work for long form, and you can see what the results look like for yourself in terms of the revenue. So he pulled back from shorts. So this is purely long form with doing that, which is wild. And you can look at the amount of uploads here. This is sick, but again, it's because he stopped over editing the videos. He did commentary style, and he didn't spend more than about a half hour on any video at a time, because he focused on his performance on camera while doing it and moved to a more commentary style. Now, there are niches that this works in already that are not entertainment or gaming. Reaction channels do this, news and politics channels do this, industry news channels do this, finance channels can do this with stocks and crypto, for example. There are other niches that can pull this off, believe it or not, with an authentic style that focuses more on personality, knowing your niche and your audience cold, and just being able to do that for a niche that has high demand. So again, I don't claim to be a short form specialist. My bread and butter is long form and even live streams, but this is kind of a result here. Now with both of these creators, the next big pivot that I'm working on with both of these creators is streaming, and even multi-streaming, vertical and horizontal, with YouTube merging that, because I think that's going to significantly increase their revenue, and they have a rabid fan base, so it should do significant for them for donations. But I wanted to show you guys this. Oh, and then we'll look at November already as well while I got you here. So I wanted to show you guys this to make you understand that short form, long form can all do well. I want to eventually get permission to share a case study around live streams and how outsized live streams can perform with the right strategy, especially when you're able to do either vertical or do vertical and horizontal. But I wanted to show you guys this and show you that this is winning with the algorithm on browse and suggested for him, and that also again, this is coming from video uploads. So far for November, he's uploaded 60 videos, keeping with that. His goal is eventually to maximize the videos and get an editor. We're working on finding an editor for the short form so that he can put out 5 to 8 short form videos a day, and then can drastically increase the revenue. And so we think that if he was to do if we can get him on the short splits like Jake, and we can get Jake doing more long form, maybe not as aggressive as this, but doing more long form, we think in both of their cases, they both could double or triple their overall revenue. And then that could be expanded by live streams. But to do that, we have to build a team around them, and they have to stop being solo creators who get help on thumbnails. And they need to get editors in order to make that work. Because right now, this is about a 4-hour workday on either of their sides, but it will obviously scale if they're able to get at least 2 team members that can help them around, part-time, if not full-time, and it'll be worth it. And then revenue can double or triple there. So again, just really valuable case studies, I think, to show you guys what is possible and how much quantity. I mean, again, it has to be something people want and demand, but when you guys hear quality over quantity, what you're hearing is edit more, and that's not the answer. Editing, especially in certain niches, is not as valuable as it once was on YouTube to stand out. If people want to see the perfect editing, they'll watch Netflix. They'll watch a streaming service. YouTubers' value is in authenticity, emotional connection with the audience, and a personality that's not faked or over polished. And again, editing, largely for a lot of creators, hides insecurity that they're not enough on their own. Live streaming is the most authentic form of content there is, because it's hard to fake that. You'd have to just be a fake shell of a person to be able to fake your personality on stream for 2 to 8 hours a day, every day. That's wild. So for a lot of people, the actual pipeline that makes all of this works is if you can do a live stream for 1 to 2 hours a day, 3 if you're a lunatic or more, cut those into meaningful clips for regular long form. You can add some editing to it while relying heavily on your delivery and performance from the live stream. And then also clipping short form. The best person this works for is gamers, news channels, reaction channels, and commentary channels, but it can work in other niches as well. And that's just only one method of doing it. There are other methods of doing this with intentional batch recording as well that you could do if you're in entertainment, lifestyle, vloggers. Lifestyle, Casey Neistat was saying they're making a video every day by himself for like 3 years and making it in high quality. So I want you guys to stop pulling this quality over quantity thing. It is possible. And remember, Casey didn't outsource his editing. He did that himself. So again, it was a lot, but he was doing it every day for years. it is entirely possible with a team of just 2 people helping you or having an editor that you could do that kind of content at that level of quality every day if you really, really wanted to. You don't have to compromise on quality versus quantity. And again, if you think quality is editing, I will remind you, quality is the experience the viewer has. That's structure, that's storytelling, that's script writing if it requires that. And then there is style. And again, not all of that has to encompass editing. I think editing is actually the least important part of a YouTube video. I think authenticity, knowing your stuff, whether that is being very passionate and well-informed about the niche of entertainment you're in, being very good at the game that you play, or being very learned on your subject matter if you're either a thought leader, commentary channel, independent journalist, knowing your subject cold, doing your research. None of those things are about editing, and those things say a lot more about your video than the edit does. If you aren't enough without the editing, you weren't enough with it. If you're not enough without the edits, you weren't enough with it. So think about it from that perspective. Live streaming, clipping is one of the most valuable and authentic methods of mass producing content without watering it down, because it's the opposite of watering it down, because it's not even doing a bunch of editing to cover up for any deficiencies. It's the raw, unfiltered, unapologetic version of the content. And it's more powerful because it's not diluted. Editing has its place, style has its place, but it can't replace substance. Authenticity is more valuable than editing, and I need creators to understand that. And that's why I wanted to show you guys at least 2 case studies from my students with their permission and blessing, because all of us agreed that we want you to understand this better and to really think about what matters to your viewers, and to realize that personality / authenticity matters a lot, and that people have to genuinely like what you're putting out there and like you as a person, or like that you present a different point of view, or like your delivery, or like the community that you cultivate and create. And the thing is, that will be more important than most of the things that you're focusing on that just aren't. Packaging and thumbnails, massive role in the filter for your views. If you were going to spend more time on anything from a style standpoint, I would insist that it's the titles, the thumbnails, being on time for something if it's breaking news, and picking topics that people genuinely care about. Yep. So anyway, we got some more super chats here. Looks like we got a couple of reviews queued up. Thanks, Roberto. My channel is Theme Park Assemble. I do mostly theme park live streams, but I do a bunch of other things like vlog or ambience walkthrough for fill days. Interesting. Thank you so much. Actually, something interesting for Theme Park Assemble, an idea for you. There is something, it's a little expensive. It's about $600, but hear me out. If you have someone to help you, if this isn't something happening already, consider investing in something called the YOLO Box Mini. The YOLO Box, as in you only live once. The YOLO Box Mini is a, and I'm getting this not for myself. I'm getting this for someone else, and I'm not going to say it because then they'll ruin the surprise. But the YOLO Box Mini is about $600. It is similar to the switcher interface that's changing my camera switchers here, but it only has one HDMI import. The YOLO Box Pro has, I think, 3 or 4 inputs, but the YOLO Box Mini lets you put a SIM card in it, and you can have a direct connection, and it has multiple antennas and modems in it, so it's a very strong signal. You can plug a real camera into it, so you can plug a cine-style camera into it like... it doesn't have to be expensive as this, but you can plug a real cinema-style camera into the YOLO Box, and you'll be able to get something really good. So let's get an even wider angle of this. So you can plug something like this when HDMI out into the YOLO Box, and then what you'll be able to do with that is you'll be able to broadcast TV quality, cine-style video and high quality audio on live stream across YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, and all the other places, right? You're a producer holding your camera and holding the YOLO box using it as a monitor will also be able to use overlays that you can put in through the SD card slot. And so now in a backup, it can use your mobile hotspot as a backup. But if you just put your own SIM card in there and get a SIM card for 20 bucks from your phone retailer, and then like 10 bucks a month for, I think, to add a line, in most cases, 10, 15 bucks a month with Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T. Then if you did need to pay for an extra service, just to have another backup internet provider thing for it, they have something YOLOcast, and I think that's $20 a month or something for the bandwidth. But basically, you'd be able to get cinema IRL content like the biggest streamers. Kai Cenat, iShowSpeed, they have a much stronger version of this that's like a custom $3,000, $5,000 build out, and it also uses some remote camera switching with some receivers. This is a lo-fi version of that that's more affordable. It's prosumer level. So for about 600 bucks, you can get this, run HDMI cable with your cameraman to have it plugged up to it, using it kind of also as an external monitor, and it can live stream and broadcast across multiple platforms. So you can simulcast like 4 or 5 destinations, plus an RMTP if you have it custom for something like that. So you can live stream to like 5, 6 platforms, whatever. You could still be recording your footage to have your raw, high quality footage, but this will still come out really good. And that will do it. And you could have this really high end stuff while you're at the parks if you want to, at least as far as live streaming. So that is like a higher quality thing than just using your phone or using multiple phones, because you can use a real camera, kind of like how I'm doing now, but have a super high quality stream, and the connection will be really good. And then you also don't have to like sit there and worry about your phone's connection and all of those things. So that's just a thought before I get to your channel for some advanced live streaming technology that I thought you and some other people might love to know about, because I really geek out on the hardware, if you couldn't tell from my massive, expensive cinema rig there, which was the Sony FX3. So yeah, just thought you'd want to know. Geek Media Central, how's it going, buddy? Roberto, I've been working 8 to 5 last few months. This winter season, work will slow down and I can dedicate more time to my channel. I think I need to reboot and go back to looter shooter content. Any advice is appreciated. Okay, we'll look at that. We'll definitely look at that. Yeah, reach out to your agent or carrier for stuff when it comes to your insurance, because it can get to be a lot. Cool, cool, cool. It's been a minute. Tried to go all in on Afrofuturist illustration comic work, although I think I upload frequently. My site is a little schizophrenic. Okay, Diesel Funk. Thanks for the update on that. Yeah, with art content on social media, things can be a little, how should I put this? Things can be a little dicey there. Let's see. Yeah, I still am getting used to everything from the vertical / horizontal stream, and we're still working out everything for that. Interestingly, I also think that I think for the screen sharing, as long as I use StreamYard for the screen sharing instead of my manual switches for it, it'll at least do this, and it'll show the screen there on the vertical properly. So again, shout out to our friends over at oneof10.com. And so they're a sponsor for tonight's stream and for the channel reviews, which we're about to plug in the channels here. I just have to get them from the spreadsheet. But it's really interesting just to see how, the horizontal versus the vertical live streaming on the merge is. Also, by the way, the chat shows me when someone is commenting from the vertical live stream instead of the horizontal, believe it or not. So that's actually really cool. So yes, I'm running the dual stream right now, and it's merged. At least it's merged on my side. I don't know how it's playing out entirely on the YouTube side yet. Hopefully it's completely merged on the YouTube side. But again, we're experimenting with this, and I wanted to see how it would do and what it do. And so I thought that that'd be interesting. I thought it'd be interesting for all of you to see it too, and just be part of the experience, part of the experiment, part of the experience. Let's see. So, I'm checking in with the mod squad, and I'm checking in with the sheet here. So just bear with me so we can get to your channel reviews. Oh, we got Dex Not Dexter. We got been a while. Hi, have been inconsistent for a little while due to busy with life, but I'm back now. Does the live stream into clips work for faceless channels, and can I short splits on a separate channel? Yeah, you technically could if you wanted to. You definitely could. For faceless channels, live streams to shorts do work. Let's see. We're finding out that comment merging. Let's see. Recommendation YouTube live chat should be merged, available on vert and horizontal. Maybe it's a StreamYard thing if everything isn't fully merged. Maybe it's because I did it with StreamYard. It's not fully merged. Let me see. Mods can in the over in the mod chat, either Doug or Katie, can one of you drop the link to the channel review sheet so that I can grab it real quick? Can you go over the benefits of 1 of 10 versus vidIQ? Sure, I can do that. So benefits of 1 of 10 versus vidIQ. Let's start with vidIQ. vidIQ still has a lot of SEO foundation in it for content creators who benefit from SEO. Now, entertainment channels don't really benefit from SEO. Lifestyle channels can if they're product-centric, or they are still how-to lifestyle-centric, like fitness and yoga channels would still benefit from it by seeing what topics people are searching for more and most. And then obviously education channels and tutorial channels would benefit from it. 1 of 10 does not prioritize SEO at all. So if you're a product-centric channel, lifestyle-centric channel, possibly a news channel even, or a finance channel, or a tutorial or education channel, you might benefit from SEO tools. So vidIQ is good for that because it can show you how much search and competition there is for certain topics that are search heavy specifically. Now, granted, most of YouTube is not search-based. Only about maybe 8 to 10% of the traffic on YouTube is search-based. Most of it these days is shorts and the YouTube homepage. Shorts alone gets 200 billion views, which is part of why we're doing the short split strategy. Shorts gets 200 billion views per day on YouTube now. So search, except for searchable shorts, is not particularly helpful for most of you who are doing entertainment content. However, if you're doing content that is search heavy in some way, then vidIQ might benefit you. 1 of 10 doesn't have any SEO features, and it doesn't need them. Now, if you're doing entertainment, most of your views come from YouTube Shorts in the homepage. Ideation, thumbnail packaging, topic, title, thumbnail, and timing is going to be extremely important. 1 of 10 actually really helps there. So 1 of 10 has a lot of great tools, primarily around finding outlier video topics that are relevant right now in your niche. It can help with title and idea generation, thumbnail generation, so topic, title, thumbnail, and you can also see what's going on in the niche and is relevant right now, so timing to be competitive. So if you're focused on topic, title, thumbnail, and timing, 1 of 10 is the perfect tool and has built all of its features around that idea. Now, that would be the big difference. Also, 1 of 10 has services associated in that. Now, with vidIQ, They also have their AI tool that is wrapped around ChatGPT to help you analyze your YouTube channel, and they have an AI coach. However, YouTube itself built its Ask Studio feature right into YouTube. And I think I demoed that for you guys last week. I might demo it again later tonight. But YouTube Ask Studio actually has access to all of your YouTube data, which, vidIQ would not. And its AI assistant will be more robust and be able to help you with that. So YouTube is basically taking the best feature of vidIQ and giving it to you for free. So that's kind of going to hurt vidIQ a little bit. So if you're really thinking about what's the difference between 1 of 10 and vidIQ, I would argue that 1 of 10 is a modern YouTube tool focused on ideation and packaging and around your ideas, around topic, title, thumbnail, and timing, which is the most important thing when it comes to getting views. vidIQ still has legacy tools tied to SEO, which is not relevant to most modern YouTube channels who are going to be entertainment focused and influencers. And its best feature for helping you with AI coaching is something that YouTube just recently in this last month started offering to every YouTube partner and soon every YouTuber for free with Ask Studio, but it's built on Gemini instead of ChatGPT because Google owns Gemini and YouTube. So that would be your big difference there. Super important question. Thank you for asking it. And again, incredibly valuable. So again, if you want to check out 1 of 10, we've got link down below, and they will give you 20% off for life if you use code Roberto at checkout. That also should work if you buy it using the landing page we've linked to with my affiliate link. So again, thanks to our friends over at 1 of 10 for sponsoring tonight's live stream. So let's see. So I think we've got a lot of the super chats in. I believe the mods have got me the Google Doc. So I am putting the channels. We have 4 of them for channel reviews into the browser, and we're going to get to those this evening. And I think we're going to do a total of 6 of them tonight. So we're plugging them in, and we're going to get these reviews in and get you guys some advice on your channels. But what we're going to do is we're going to plug them in. That way we can always get to them and reference them in that tab. Again, great questions in the chat tonight. Really appreciate y'all. And it looks like we've got over 200 of you guys between vertical and horizontal and our multiple locations. So we've got over 200 of you combined when we put together all of the streams. So very cool. Looks like it's about 220 of you right now. Don't forget to like and share the stream, by the way, wherever you're watching. Generally tries to help the stream get more reach in these algorithms. So you know how it is in these algorithm streets. So we do appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and share the stream if you haven't already. If you're watching the replay, make sure you like, comment, and share the replay. Yeah, we're all learning how the merged live streams work together here. I think it's a good experience. We have a quick question here that I do want to address. So, young old boy says, "Hey Roberto, my friend has 200,000 subscribers but can't get any traction unless he makes a song about political memes. What should he do? He wants to pivot his channel away from politics." To be honest with you, if he got to 200,000 and he built it on that, but he's burnt out on that, he has to start a new channel. As much as he doesn't want to hear it, he has to start a new channel. He set expectations. He built a massive following. If he was under 10,000 subscribers, it wouldn't be too late to pivot. He's at 200,000. He is known for this. It's what people expect. It would be like starting over on this channel anyway, from an algorithm standpoint, a brand standpoint, and expectations. I know he doesn't want to hear this, but he has to start over on a brand new channel that's not politics. And what I would recommend for him is that this channel either lean into politics, and if he doesn't like that and doesn't want to do it for himself, this is a politics channel. He can either abandon a 200K channel entirely, or he has two alternatives. He could prioritize doing another channel and go really hard on that other channel and still do the politics channel at some point and do it on occasion when it doesn't burn him out, because it's a monetized channel. He has 200,000 subscribers. He has an audience that wants this, so he can do that. Or he can slowly transition the channel over to having a new host, having panels, having other people do political reaction channels, because the audience is political junkies who also like memes. So he can either slightly start to transition it, hand it off to another host, let them be the star of the channel. He remains the owner. He splits the revenue with them in a good arrangement, in a fair arrangement. Then he's able to still make money off this channel, not have to be super involved once he does the handoff, changing the guard, as long as quality is still there and the audience still likes it. Then he can focus on a completely new channel, complete new venture. The people who like him for his personality can follow him to the new channel. The political junkies can stay right where they are, and everyone's happy. What you can't do is you can't open up a barbecue joint, then tell all your customers that you've decided to become a vegan. It doesn't work. And that's what he'd essentially be doing. He'd be sitting there having a barbecue joint that he made world famous, got that barbecue joint up, has 200,000 people supporting a barbecue joint, and then decides overnight, I want to become a vegan. It doesn't work. So much as that person doesn't want to hear it, much as many people will try to tell him otherwise, take money from him, trying to coach him into, oh, I've got some viral strategy that can let you pivot and revive this channel. I'm sorry, at this point, there are people who can pull it off, but I don't think your friend is one of them, because this specific thing, people are too hardwired around their politics for you to be able to flip this around. So you got to start a new channel, and I think do this one part-time and or do a handoff transition with a new host or a new group of creators on that channel where you intro them, soft pedal them in, and then there's a handoff, a changing the guard, a passing of the torch. You keep a cut of the channel. You give the new person or the new people a good amount of the revenue, because they didn't have to build a monetized YouTube channel and audience from scratch. And then that's how you save that channel, or you abandon it altogether. But you can't turn a barbecue joint into a vegan restaurant. It doesn't work. Also a good strategy, if you can make money, if you can keep making money off that channel, you can use that passive income to finance the editors for the new channel, and you can start the new channel off stronger. So yeah, that's true. Yep, new channel, fresh start, that's the way to go. So speaking of the way to go, let's go into these channel reviews here. And let's start with our friend Jay Takes Profits. All right, so we've got Jay Takes Profits here. 187,000 subscribers, 772 videos. Impressive. Most impressive. Live stream Monday through Thursday. Good job. Excellent. You have the expectations set for the viewer in the channel. You have subscribe, like, and share. That's okay. I don't know that people are going to do it off of the banner, but hey, love the hustle. Good job there. You've got a featured video, so you're using that. Let's see. Music videos. Looks like the music videos were an old thing you did on the channel. You got this here. So, okay. Popular videos. Trade like a pro. Have you done any music videos recently? I'm curious there. And then in terms of that, popular videos. I would scrap the popular videos since they're so outdated. And I would reorganize the channel so it doesn't look like the channel is just really outdated. You need to lead with more recent content. So a criticism I have here is, one, I actually will compliment you on these album covers. These album covers look really dope, but they're not hyper relevant to where the channel is today. That I wouldn't lead with that. And then I'm hoping you have videos that make more sense for a featured video, because this one's 2 years old. So again, it makes the channel look really outdated and like you're not currently active. Let's look at the videos. You have videos from 2 days ago, 4 days ago, so on and so forth. So again, you need to lead with something more relevant. The other thing is also, I wouldn't be posting the personal videos of the vlogs, the kids at the park, so on and so forth. Save that for your Instagram as your personal brand. It doesn't fit here, if I'm being completely honest. The thumbnails could be much better, and it would definitely go a long way towards you getting more views if the thumbnails were more consistent. Your thumbnails are all over the place, so it's not easy to see what the theme of the channel is. You say you're a Forex trading channel and that you live stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and you're working on long form videos Monday and Wednesday, and you cut your long form from your lives. Okay, if you're gonna do that, then here's the thing. I'm not as familiar with Forex as I am with regular stocks. So what I want to ask is the Forex trading market open Monday through Friday, or is it open Tuesday through Saturday? So if the trading market is open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, for example, like the regular market, then I would be streaming Monday through Friday. Let's say the market's open like it is here in the States and it's Monday through Friday, then I would do Monday through Friday streams specifically. And yes, you could cut videos from the live streams, which is perfectly fine. And I'm imagining your live streams and your shorts probably do the most views, which is perfectly fine. But I would start to get some kind of, so you say Monday through Friday and Saturday is live stream of your Forex music. Okay. So, what I think here is that Monday through Friday, you've got to live stream because the markets are open and people will be really into it while the markets are open. And then I think Monday through Friday, you clip shorts and long form from that. I think thumbnails need to be more consistent. I think you need diverse, high quality thumbnails instead of being hyper repetitive on these thumbnails, because someone can think they've seen it and they can skip it. So I would do that. So again, I would just make more diverse thumbnails and maybe some templates that you can cycle through. And again, skip the stuff with the family, the stuff with the kids, like that. Do that on your Instagram as a personal brand. The rest of this needs to be for the traders. Needs to be value for those viewers exclusively. And again, thumbnails here, these are quality, but they're hyper repetitive. You need some variation. You need to take more poses, swap it out. So again, that people don't feel like it's always the same thing. And so they see some effort put in on the packaging. Primary example would be the fact that for my live streams, you don't see me repeat the same thumbnail one stream to another. So you want to look at that. Shorts. Got quite a few shorts views here. Again, I would skip the family ones. Leave that for Instagram. Do not confuse the audience or the algorithm. Don't make videos they would want to skip. So again, I think the packaging for the videos and the live streams definitely needs to improve. I do like this banner though. I'm also shocked that you just don't go with this aesthetic for the thumbnails overall, to be honest. I think it could be good. And again, I would not confuse the channel with making videos that you haven't qualified that the audience wants to watch. So I'll give you an example of one of my students who does something somewhat similar to you, Steve Ram. So Steve Ram is one of my students. he doesn't do stocks or forex. What he does is he mixes finance with political commentary, and he streams basically every day at this point. He was doing it as long form, but streaming just became easier to make the videos. He gets mad views on it, and he does this every day, and he gets the super chats on the views. So as you can see, this works out really well for him. During the pandemic, when I started coaching him years ago during the pandemic, and you can see the long form gets views too. So look at his views. He's posting daily long form. I believe he's posting daily shorts, and he's he's doing daily live streams. Now he took a break from posting the regular videos to go hard on the live streams, but now he's back to both regular videos and live streams, and they're done in a live to tape commentary style. And again, this is not mad editing. As you can see, he doesn't do a bunch of editing. He does it in a live to tape commentary style. So those are live streams. Those are the shorts. I'm showing you this to show you, and again, the shorts don't do nearly as well for him. I could probably talk to him about that, and we could probably tweak that. But as you can see, his live streams and his long form do extremely well. It's extremely lucrative. Finance, as you know, is a high RPM niche, and so Steve is absolutely killing it. I think when I started working with him, he had less than 10,000 subscribers. So what a difference a few years makes since the pandemic. So he's accumulated 700,000 subscribers in 5 years. He has the potential to go to 1 million, and he did something really smart. He leaned into the intersection of politics and finance. We did that during the pandemic because of the stimulus checks. So he was doing stimulus content. I was like, hey, you need to dip into other things like student loans, disability, anything that someone gets a double government check, because stimulus content is not going to work forever. Stimulus is going to go away at some point eventually. So you need to pivot to people who rely on the government for their money. So ultimately, he moved to the intersectionality of finance and politics, and he clearly never runs out of content. So what I would recommend for you, Jay, is you see what's possible. You see what a channel that does something similar to you can look like when it focuses and when it buckles down and when it's mad consistent at a crazy level. So that is what your final form could look like. You could be more like Steve Ram, and you could refine a visual style for your thumbnails that works and is more effective. You could be hitting live streams and long form content aggressively, and combining those things, you could have tremendous growth. Remember the case studies I showed you earlier, guys, where someone went hardcore on shorts to an extreme and someone went hardcore on long form to an extreme. Eventually I have a bigger case study. Again, Steve Ram, I can show his public stuff, but he hasn't given me permission to show the back end analytics of the channel. But he'd be a really good case study in live streaming and long form, going hard, going daily there. So that would be kind of my advice there. So Jay, hopefully you take a lot of inspiration for that, because I think there's similar things going on with you guys' channels in terms of the foundation of it. I think you have a lot more potential in views if you make some adjustments and tweaks and you tighten up the channel. I know you're doing a lot of what you like and what your personality is. I said authenticity is important, but packaging first is important. You got to look the part. You got to be what people want. You got to attract people, and then your personality retains them. So packaging, presentation style attracts people and gains their interest, and then authenticity, if it's aligned to them and what they like, retains them. So you got to come for one thing and stay for the other. So people come because of the packaging, the aesthetic, the interest, what they're attracted to. They stay for the authentic, raw personality if they like it. And that's the key, right? So I would look at how the channel could be refined much more. One, with systems to streamline aggressive, consistent content, and two, how you can improve the aesthetic and the packaging to attract the right audience, attract the tribe that you want, and grow their numbers. So that's my review for Jay Takes Profits. Jay Take Profits. Takes sounds better, but Jay Take Profits That's my advice for your channel review. Hopefully that helps, and seeing what someone else in finance could do might inspire you. For the rest of you, what do you think? Do you agree with my review of Jay's channel? Would you do anything differently? What do you think of what Steve's been doing and what we were able to accomplish with his channel with our coaching? We did like, I think 5 or 6 coaching calls. And again, he built a great foundation for that. He grew to a rapid amount of success, in my opinion, over that period of time, and he survived the pandemic bubble. But how would you apply the lessons we found from Steve's channel to Jay? Would you do anything differently? Let me know in the chat. Let me know if you're watching the replay in the comment section. All right, so there you go. Do you do channel reviews often? I try to do them Friday nights when I can. Sometimes I've got speaking obligations, sometimes I got travel, and sometimes life gets in the way. But I try when I can to schedule my travel in such a way that I can do the live streams. If I can get my portable kit with my second monitor out to some places, sometimes I'll do the channel review live streams from the hotel when I travel if the internet connection is still good. So again, we try. But yeah, sometimes life gets in the way. I'm going to try to see if we do it this Friday. I know we've got Thanksgiving holiday, but I don't know that I have anything going on Friday. So we'll see, though. Yeah, for a long form, I definitely think a Forex for beginners would definitely be a good one. I think a series of videos around Forex for beginners would always be helpful. That's always searched for. It could work. So yeah. Yeah, we've taken time off lately also because I've been overwhelmed with coaching clients. It's been a good overwhelm, by the way. It's been a fantastic overwhelm. But coaching has been in extremely high demand. Sometimes it ends up being long days of calls for me, doing a bunch of calls a day, but it's worked out really well, and I definitely appreciate having more clients, so I'm not going to complain about it. With that in mind, I guess I could even introduce those of you who would be interested into it. Let's see here. Hang on, I have to find it because I gotta do the vertical stream thing. But yeah, for those of you who would be interested, we have Awesome Creator Academy. And so you can do coaching with me one-on-one. We also have the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group if you want to do group coaching. Group coaching is the most affordable offer that I currently have. But for one-on-one coaching, I have 90-minute strategy sessions. I also have twice a month 90-minute strategy sessions for people one-on-one. For people who have businesses and or teams, you can bring your entire team to a 4-hour strategy session that is remote. Obviously, we'll do that over a call. However, if you cover flight and hotel and travel, and you have a team and a vetted business, I am willing on a weekend only to travel within the U.S. only Eastern and Central, and do a 4-hour in-person VIP session with you and your team, but only if travel accommodations and round-trip flight and hotel and per diem are included in addition to my fee. Then there is weekly micro coaching sessions at 30 minutes per call. Then we also have 6-week coaching package, 90 minutes per call, 6 calls over the week, per week for the 6 weeks. And then a 12 call premium coaching package that you can use within a 12-month period So we have all of those options available over at awesomecreatoracademy.com/coaching. And you can join the academy at awesomecreatoracademy.com/join. You can join the pro group, or you can become an academy VIP member or an academy elite member. And there are different options and bonuses for each of those. And again, they just have different packages at different levels of commitment and affordability. So yeah. So that is something to think about. And again, that's just an option. You guys are not obligated to take the offer, but the offers are available for those who are interested. And again, it's been going really well. And then my mic sounds pretty static. There's a buzz. Let me see what's going on with that. I think it's a wiring thing. Let me see if there's anything I can do. What about now? You know, it might be time to just retire the Rodecaster Pro and upgrade to a Rodecaster Pro 2. Is it any better? Still buzzy? Hang on. What about now? Is that any better? No? A bit better? Less? More? Yay? Nay? What do we got? I solved it? Oh, well, what I did was I unplugged it and plugged it back in. So I unplugged it, plugged it back in. But yeah, for those interested, like I was saying earlier, you can do the coaching, or you can join the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group. The offers are there. You don't have to take the offers, but they are available for the people who want to coach with me. And again, you saw the case studies earlier from my clients and the results that they're getting. So that's on the table. So there you go. Tech 101. Yeah, if something's not working, you unplug it and then you plug it back in and you see what happens. So that's what we did here. But again, it might be time to, I mean, the Rodecaster Pro, it was like $700 when I bought it. It's a really good, system. It really is. But I've had it since before the pandemic, I think. So it's after 5 years, 6 years, if it's, not working now, I can kind of accept that might be the case. So that's fair if the Rodecaster interface after 5-6 years tour of duty needs to be retired. So be it. Godspeed. But hopefully not, because it is expensive to replace that thing, but I can do it. And the Rodecaster 2 does look nice, and I don't think they're putting out 3 anytime soon, so I wouldn't feel cheated if I did that. But yeah, it's possible that it might need replacement. I'd have to transfer over the soundboard settings, which wouldn't be that difficult to do. And again, the quality could improve with the new version. So it's something I might look into as an upgrade before the end of the year, write it off on taxes, but I also sometimes get sad about retiring old equipment. I'm a sentimental like that sometimes. So yeah. Any Black Friday codes and promo for courses, pro group coaching. So one thing I don't do is I don't usually, with very rare exceptions, or for the pro group members, discount my coaching, my time, but I am planning a Black Friday code and sale. I might hack it together now, actually, while I have you guys, or I might just do some special offer just for live stream viewers. But I actually am planning a Cyber Month sale that's not really Cyber Month. It's really just going to go through the end of the year and then a little bit. The end of the year plus the first payday or first 2 paydays of January for people. So what I'm going to do is this will be offers for the digital products in Awesome Creator Academy, and most of the digital products are about 99 bucks. I probably won't discount the $9 products, but what I might do is I might bundle the $9 products. And there is a product that currently exists, but is not... Actually, I have to check on that. There is a product that currently exists. I just don't have a landing page for it yet. There's a product that exists for access to all of my keynote speeches that I've for the last year or two. So we've got like 10 or 12 of my keynote speeches, plus you'd get lifetime access to any of the future keynote speeches that I do over time. So you'd get access to that. It's usually going to be a $199 offer, but we're going to do some like pretty substantial Black Friday sale on that, where I think it's going to end up being like maybe more than 50% off or something, 50% off or more. So we're going to take a look at that. And so the brand deal starter kit and the YouTube starter kit will also end up being discounted. And there is something that's not ready yet for an accelerator that I'm going to do in January that's not ready yet, but that's going to be substantially discounted. What I can do now for people, and we're going to go and do the other channel reviews, but because you asked, what I'm going to do is right now, there are two things I'm going to do. I'm going to drop a link and a coupon to the Creator Keynote Collection with a crazy discount just for people in our live streaming community right now, because I can. So right now what I'm going to do is you guys who get this offer will get access to all of the keynotes, and anybody who buys it, I'll probably also give you bonus access to some of our other cheaper products, like the AI creator prompts, over 200 prompts for ChatGPT, the creator starter pack, and maybe something else. So I'm going to give you guys a coupon on the keynotes where you get to, like, basically it's 10 hours of advanced YouTube training, because people paid to go to things like Vid Summit, VidCon over the years and see these keynotes. They paid like probably $700, $1,000 for some of the tickets, $1,000 for flight and hotels. So you guys are going to get that on some crazy cheap discounts. So I'm going to make that right now. Let's try Cyber Live Deal as the coupon code for that. And I'll tell you what we're going to do is we'll do a very temporary coupon. This will only be for the live stream audience, by the way. So we'll do this one, and this one will just last till sometime we'll do this one through the beginning of first week of January, let's say. Let's just get it through first week of January, just for the live stream people. And we're going to apply this coupon to a couple of offers. So we'll apply this one to the Creator Keynote Collection. So you get a 60% discount on that. And we will also do the YouTube starter kit that has over 100 Photoshop files for thumbnails. And we'll do the brand deal starter kit. And yeah. And we'll also give you a discount on the Canva for Creators micro course. So you can get any of those offers for 60 bucks. And I'm going to give you guys the coupon code for this so that you can get it. So the coupon code for those, get 60% off select products from the Academy. And this is the coupon code here, Cyber Live Deal. And then I'm going to give you guys a link to the checkout for the Creator Keynote Collection. I just have to do one tweak on it, and then we'll get back to the channel reviews, I promise. But again, someone asked, so I'm like, okay, I've got to give you guys a deal on this thing. So, you know, it is what it is. So I gotta put in one quick detail for you guys. You guys should be able to use that code, by the way, on those products. And what we'll do is we'll drop a link to where you can see a bunch of the available products, because I know it can get confusing otherwise. So it's going to look like this, and it's going to be awesomecreatoracademy.com/store, and you can find a bunch of the offers there. So I'm going to link to that in the chat for you. Later, we'll go back and add this in the description. And then I'm going to go ahead real quick here, and I'm going to cobble together a quick thing on the checkout page for the Creator Keynotes product, just so you guys know what's in it. Okay, cool. This is actually working out the way that I wanted. So that's actually good. I'm just checking something. Yep. Okay, I think that's working now. All right, so get the Creator Keynote Collection. And again, if you use the 60% off coupon code, you'll get that at a discount. And also, just so you guys have the link for that with the coupon code, in case you got confused or you're like, wait a minute, I'll just go ahead and I'll drop a link that takes you to the checkout URL with the coupon code for that particular product. The accelerator thing's in January. That's not ready yet, so don't worry about it. There'll be an announcement probably next week. Let's see. Creator Keynote Collection, 60% off. Again, this is just for the live stream people. So you guys get that on the Creator Keynote Collection. You get that on the YouTube Starter Kit if you buy it. You get it on the Brand Deal Starter Kit if you buy it. When I do the Cyber Week stuff, there'll be a different sale that will be it won't be as significant as this sale, but we'll have some sales, we'll have some bundles, and we'll probably do some bundle for the $9 products. So again, oh, and the one thing on the Keynote Collection thing is I didn't ever finish the what to expect section. I was going to do an intro video. I hadn't filmed the intro video for, hey, this is what to expect from this, but basically you have the keynotes in there. So when you go to them, all the videos should be there. I'm going to make sure I add the slide presentation downloads if we haven't already. I think we did, but some of them may not have it. And then any keynotes I do in the future will be added to this, and you'll have lifetime access to that. So that's that product there. So I just did that in real time. And again, I did it because someone asked. And so, hey, you never know. If you ask for something, you might get it. So there you go. Big 60% discount. I don't think we've ever done a 60% discount on something before, but we did it for, I think, those 4 products. So we did it for YouTube Starter Kit, Brand Deal Starter Kit, Canva for Creator Course, and the Creator Keynote Collection. So 60% off on any of those at checkout. And I think that will last through first week of January. So we give you from now until first payday in January. Live stream members only. So there you go. Boom. All right, so we can get back to channel reviews if you guys don't have any other questions about that. Again, after we get through more of these channel reviews, I can talk to you about my plans for the accelerator. But the accelerator is going to be a 2-day weekend event. It's going to actually be like similar to going to a keynote or a conference event, but with me specifically. And it's 2 days, but it's going to be long. And what do I mean by long? I'm going to do about 90 minutes of presentation on day 1, if not 2 hours of presentation on day 1 on training to really help you launch and start your YouTube channels or grow your new YouTube channels in the new year. Then we'll do 90 minutes to an hour of Q&A right after that. And then on day 2 is almost exclusively going to be Q&A and workshopping ideas with everybody who's part of the accelerator on the live call. So it's going to be done that way. It's going to be done as a live group call. It is going to probably have a limit of either 25 or 35 seats. It's going to be 3 hours the first day and 2 to 3 hours the second day. And the second day is dedicated to answering all questions and running through scenarios and helping workshop ideas and giving everybody an opportunity to speak. So that is what the January accelerator is for. So it's basically a 2-day workshop, and it's going to be a virtual face-to-face workshop. So that's the plan anyway. But like I said, I can answer questions about that. Oh, you're right, Abaddon. Closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah, if people ask for something, if it's a reasonable request, if people ask for a very reasonable request, I'm willing to do it. So because Mandy asked for something, I was able to say, okay, maybe not that, but this I'm willing to do. Yeah. So that's something. And again, because Mandy was willing to speak up, you guys got something early and you got a better version of it than people are going to get on Black Friday. On Black Friday, people are probably only going to get 40% off of something from me, probably at best. Maybe they'll get one thing for like 50% off, and maybe they'll get a deal on the $9 products bundled together or something. But I don't usually do 60% off. I only did a 60% off for the live stream because Mandy asked for it. It's the only reason you got it. It's the only reason. You saying Mandy is your new favorite? Yeah, absolutely. But okay, let's go to the next channel here. We've got old friend of the channel here. We've got Mr. Geek Media Center. So, well, Geek Media Central. Sorry, excuse me. So, I love the retro aesthetic. I just do think that it could be a little sharper, and I think that the font could be better in terms of that. I don't think you need to subscribe in the banner. Again, it might also be better to have something about the upload schedule, but let's go ahead and get into it. Again, outstanding outliers on this channel in terms of overperformers on the long form for a channel. This should give everybody hope. 2,000 subscriber channel in the gaming niche, and look at some of these views. Massive views, more than 10x the views on the actual subscriber count. So extremely well done there. Some high quality thumbnails. I I definitely see where some of the issues are running into. The shorts are not doing that badly, to be honest with you. The shorts are probably actually doing better than you think. The live streams of the gameplay are not going to do as well, and I think part of it is actually the way that they're titled. Some of it could be like with this one 2 months ago that there was no thumbnail here, but it's the way that they were titled, and the fact that for live streams you're just streaming basically things you like, which I understand. With gaming channels, it's hard to not do the hobby outlet stuff, even when you want to make it. That being said, it looks like, aside from certain games, that the interest in you doing more of these action games when it's not popping. Because there was this game that you were doing that was new, it was popping, you got mad views on it. But now, I guess you've cycled through the ability to maximize that particular game. People originally did not watch you for adventure style games, and you also went in exploring kind of a news angle on the game, so it pivoted from the value proposition. The other thing that happened here, and I can tell you what happened here, is the consistency fell off. You were consistent, and you were making videos constantly about a single game, and you were doing it consistently, and it was working. And then either you must have gotten bored with the game, or you weren't satisfied with the views at some point, and you took longer and longer to put out individual videos, and that took a toll on some of the videos' performance, because the answer is you have to, as much as people do not believe this, and this is true especially in gaming, and with the channels I showed you guys earlier in case studies, both of them were gaming channels. With the case studies I showed you, you said the game ran out of content, no more DLC, and you tried other things. Yeah, it happens sometimes. But like the pivot here, like there wasn't enough material for you to be consistent. And so with gaming channels, I showed you 2 gaming channels. One went every single day with long form. One went every single day with short form, multiple videos a day. I'm not telling you to be that extreme, but I'm showing you like how absurd the outcome was on those, which leans more credence to the idea that in gaming specifically, often the gameplay by itself is good enough versus over editing everything to perfection and wanting to do a specific editing style, versus people actually are interested and stimulated by the gameplay itself well enough, if you can get that right. So your main original content that was successful, as you said, were looter shooters in the beginning. So things like Destiny 2 and a couple of other games. And you did really well. Your thumbnails, I've always praised you for your thumbnails. You tried to pivot into variety gaming and was largely unsuccessful. So my thought process is that you need to find something in gaming to pivot into and to stick to. I know it's hard. I know that part of you really wants to do variety, but let's think about it. You've gotten outsized views, but you couldn't turn a lot of those outside views into more subscribers, and it's because they don't know what they'd be committing to. So here's my thought. If you're going to do variety, you're going to have to do games that have rabid fan bases exclusively, which leaves a lot less room for experimentation. It has to be games where people are obsessed, where they have unapologetic obsession, where it's like you're either a fan of this game or you're not. You love it or you hate it, and there's nothing in between. There has to be hyper polarization in the game. Okay, so that's the key here, right? They love it or they hate it. Is an unapologetically rabid fan base that is obsessed with something. And so then you have to make content that strongly works for that. And then you'd have to cover those type of games that have dedicated large followings, and you'd have to know basically the number of players online per month is high for that to work, okay? So you would do that, and I don't know that this is going to work as much. It could be some of these narrative storytelling adventure games, but the truth is, weeks ago, I don't know that it'll work now, but here's the thing, and I get where you're coming from. I want to ask you a question. Is there a reason you didn't jump onto Dispatch or Arc Raiders? Is there a reason you didn't jump onto Dispatch, Arc Raiders, or Claire Expedition 33? Because if you had managed to do that, and maybe in the future, as aggressive as this may be, as much as you may not be in love with it, if when something has a hype cycle, you can do daily content on something in a hype cycle for at least 30 days, 60 days, 90 days while it's hyped, that could be the thing that injects massive views into your channel, and that could be something you could become known for. So that is something. You said that Arc Raiders felt like an extraction shooter, so you've never played one of those before, so it never even crossed my mind. Keep in mind, you don't always have to be an expert on a game to break out in it. You could be, I mean, just keep in mind, PewDiePie never mastered almost any game he ever played on his channel, to be honest with you. In fact, I would be hard-pressed to tell you what 5 games Markiplier is actually good at. I'd be hard-pressed to tell you what 5 games Jacksepticeye is actually good at. I don't think anyone in the chat can either. So from a gaming channel perspective, you have to keep thinking about making videos that people in the gaming community would want to watch, even when something's a dissection or an analysis of something. Like, Dispatch would have really worked for you because it was weekly, and you could have farmed content on that and put out 1 to 3 long form videos a day around Dispatch every week that it was out for like a good minute, and you would have had a lot of content and a lot of views and a lot of people really hyped about it, and those people probably would give your other videos a chance as well because they could get into your style with that as a gateway. So I think that you can be, you're saying that you're those people are entertaining, but you're just informative. Here's the thing, having talked to you before, you know, in video calls, I actually think you can be entertaining with your informative. I think you need to bring your humor and sarcasm to the information so you have personality. Even I know that I'm informative, but I managed to get a lot of you to actually like my personality and like my sarcasm and my humor and my attitude and just my unapologetic, you know, a little bit, what would I call it? The rough around the edges, the unapologetic truth that I, you know, bring to the table. You guys like my bluntness, you know, for whatever reason. Didn't go over well in high school, but you guys love it. So there is a way to navigate and not sell yourself short. If you're somebody who does information content, but you could still do it without being infotainment by having a personality. And a lot of people who are media essay people and critics, people like them because their personality comes out in the content, and so is their humor, their sarcasm, their rants. Those things do actually make an impact. Katie says, I love watching Dark Roberto. Yes, Dark Roberto. More like Darth Roberto, Dark Lord of the Sith. The Emperor has returned to take his throne where he belongs. So yeah, so again, even me interjecting my humor where I do the voices where I can, you know, mimic Darth Sidious there. Even Yoda I can do. Not as good. So yeah, I can do humor and interject that into my content. And then there's a way for people to like my personality. And anyone could theoretically be an information broker, but you have to have strong opinions. That could be another aspect of the value of content, is having strong opinions. So again, Geek, Media Central, don't sell yourself short and don't tell yourself you can't offer more of those things. You don't have to be Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, or PewDiePie. What you have to understand is they were unapologetically goofy, and that's authentic to who they are to some degree. Some of it is hyped up for the camera. But you could go another route, and if you're an information guy, you surely have strong opinions about video games and the video game industry. And we've seen some of the biggest breakout creators in media and gaming over the last 3 years, whether you agree with their hot takes or not, build their brand on having strong opinions. So it's just something to think about there. And I think that that could also add a dimension to your channel, because for your channel, there are things here that theoretically another creator that's bigger than you or more well-known could do, and therefore it's not as competitive. But if you lead with extremely strong opinions, that's something that other people don't necessarily have a way to emulate, because they're not going to have the same point of view as you. So your point of view is the unique selling point in a channel a lot of times, and a lot of creators overlook that. I think it's actually still valuable enough right now to go and do some content around Arc Raiders and have strong opinions about it, because people are still very in their feelings about it. So again, it's something to consider. And again, hopping on moment-to-moment trends, but then again, bringing something to the table that is a point of view we haven't heard or isn't represented, or doing a dissection or finding a unique angle on a game. Like, okay, I'll help you out with this. I'll tell you what I would do for a gaming channel if I was doing a game. I'd pick a game at every given point in time, and here's my thing. I would become somebody who becomes known for over-analyzing a video game, because that's my strong point. I can overanalyze everything, right? You really don't want to get into it with me around either my favorite games or around Star Wars or around anime franchises that I watch, because I can overanalyze anything, okay? So this also worked for the channel Screw Attack, and the show Death Battle was literally people overanalyzing stuff. So if I was doing something on one of these games, I would use information and I'd be like, okay, breaking down every weapon in, and then whatever the game is, right? So, like, if it was Destiny 2, I would break down every weapon in Destiny 2. I'd break down, like, every armor from best to worst in Destiny 2. Every weapon from best to worst. Every this, every that. Every boss. Breaking down every boss in Destiny 2. And I would do it, and then also I would have my over-analysis, and I would have my own scoring system, and people would be like, oh, I didn't think about that, and I would have my own design skills. I'm a designer. I would sit there, and I'd have a really cool layout graphic that lets me break down character sheets that look really good, where people are like, oh my God, is that officially from the game? No, I designed it myself. So I'd have custom character breakdown sheets with stats that I measured and overanalyze everything. Or watch this, I would do things where I calculate the maximum damage you can do with every weapon. Here's the most damage you can do with every weapon in the game. I would break down the HP for every boss in the game. I would do crazy levels of over-analysis in a game, because think about it, this game Kazan, no one sit there and has a breakdown for literally overanalyzing Kazan. Every boss and their every stat broken down. No one has that. I promise you. Like, I would do something insane in terms of I would figure out every way I can overanalyze a video game, and then whatever game is popular, I would literally go through and now present the over-analysis of every aspect, every function, every feature that I could think of that someone would actually care about. So literally breaking down the stats for every single boss. breaking down how to defeat every boss as quick as possible, how to location for every single weapon in the game. Literally think about it. If I had a video, it's like and I literally break down the location for every weapon in the game, every bonus item in the game, that is some crazy over analysis, and somebody will watch that, guaranteed. Actually, what I would do instead, Michael Pepper, is I would also do weird challenges for myself. Can you beat this boss without blank? Or I would even give myself some crazy challenge and everything like that, where I try to beat something with like, all right, can I beat blank taking no damage? I would do that. And the thing is, I would be streaming the challenge. Whether I succeed or fail, people are going to find out live, and then no one can accuse me of cheating. So that's the kind of thing that I'd be doing, is I'd be doing crazy challenges to farm the footage, live stream that, so I'm live streaming my gameplay while trying to do something really difficult. And then also I would do my over analysis. And so that would be the thing. Because think about it, you're called Geek Media Central. So use the concept of over-analyzing and stat breakdowns with also going for the most interesting and relevant games in the culture right now and doing an over-analysis. If people are also upset about something in the gaming industry, do an over-analysis of the gaming industry and measure, did something flop? Here are what the sales are. Here's what the community is saying. Is this overpriced? Is is it fine to pay this for video games? Is it okay if games go $99? Is that up with inflation? Do some over analysis. So I would take the geek part of Geek Media Central and I would geek out over stats and bring the geek part to the media. Again, if you think that particular game is something your people don't respond to, again, I would go, look, right now, Ark is popping right now. Ark is controversial right now because of its usage of AI. I would do an over-analysis, and I'd go, how much AI is in Ark Raiders? That way I could tap into the controversy. How much AI is in Ark Raiders? And I would put a percentage sign in the thing and a question mark, over 100, and then a percentage sign, figure out how much of Ark Raiders is actually AI. And I would do an over analysis on that because people care about it. Then I would do some other breakdowns of the game, best weapons, every weapon in Ark Raiders ranked from best to worst. How much damage does every weapon do in Ark Raiders? And I would do some, I would just do over analysis of Ark Raiders. You could do a commentary on, did AI ruin Ark Raiders, or are the critics wrong? Or it's actually, here's a way to just do it to get views and everything like that. The media lied to you about Ark Raiders and AI. Reviewers lied to you about Ark Raiders and AI. That'll get clicks. And then again, an over-analysis video of how much AI is actually in Ark Raiders. The truth revealed, or the truth exposed. Yeah, actually here it is. Exposing how much AI is actually in Ark Raiders. That's a video. Another one is reviewers lied to you about Ark Raiders and Gen AI. And if you wanted to go another one, you could go voice actors reveal the truth about ARC Raiders and AI. And then, oh, those are 3 expose commentary videos. And then again, you can still do multiple analysis videos about the actual game, because the problem is that reviewers gave the game bad ratings on a moral stance that they have on any AI being used whatsoever. And they misled the public because voice actors were paid for doing their part and agreed and were paid to feed and train a text-to-speech AI system that the most of the player base enjoyed, and the critics and the gamers both awarded it high praise and gave it like 9 out of 10 ratings. But then it was the media, the journalist, the activist journalists, that all ranked it down much lower to take some kind of stance against AI, saying they're standing up for voice actors. Funny enough, the voice actors came out and said, actually, we got paid for this, and this is what our agreement was, and we happily signed the contract. So again, you could do 3 commentary videos revealing those things and the analysis and show the evidence. And then you could do 5 or 10 videos that actually show the gameplay, the benefits, and overanalyzing and breaking down cool features and things that people actually like. And so there you go. That would give you a series that most people don't have for ARC Raiders. And that'd be something, those are things people would all watch. Then you could move on to another game that's a hit. You could do an analysis of breaking down for, you could still get in on Dispatch off of the fact that you could do the breakdowns of the percentages for all the player choices. So for all the player choices of what players chose, through all the choices you get to see in the game, you could actually do the analysis and break down and show some nice graphics showing the percentage of players that made each choice throughout the game. People will watch that. So again, my answer, Geek Media Central, is a refresh and a rebrand of your channel that makes you a destination channel. Is if you actually use the geek part as, I'm going to overanalyze everything, and that's going to be your personality and the shtick that people like. Then the media is, here's the media that I'm looking at and everything like that. And again, Central is, hey, come here for exactly this thing. This is your hub for this thing. My overanalysis on your favorite media properties. That's how you truly fulfill being Geek Media Central. You nerd out and you go deeper and harder on analysis than anybody on media properties that are popular with the community. And so they get someone who will overanalyze their favorite thing and care about it as much as they do. And this is the hub for doing that. And that's how you become a destination channel that isn't competing with every other gaming channel out there. Boom. So those would be my thoughts for Geek Media Central. I know we went really hard in the paint with that one. But again, we're doing less reviews tonight. We're only doing 6. But also, again, inspiration took hold of me right there. So like, I think that it just changes the trajectory and gives a clearer vision and value proposition for a channel. I also think it helps a lot of you understand, what do you do to stand out and be unique when there are just bigger channels out there doing something hyper similar to you? What can you do to stand out and really be different? So again, I wanted to give a thorough analysis of that. It's a problem that happens commonly on gaming channels of, how do I stand out? What will make me different? Oh, there are bigger channels out there. What can I do? And again, in some cases, the answer is leaning into your authentic personality unapologetically and finding what your unique value genuinely is and what it can be. And again, with Geek Media Central, it's actually in the name. You know, it's right there. You know, you just couldn't see outside of yourself to see, oh, wait a minute, this is something that I can do that nobody else might be able to do, and that would be really interesting, and it was also challenging enough to do that other people may not go that hard. So again, something to think about. Thank you so much, Roberto. I feel like I have some direction now. Really appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Going into the chat here to check out what a couple of you are saying over in chat. I think somebody asked about vocal break. Yeah, just a little bit. Someone had a question about brand deals, though. Zolo, we limited it to 6 tonight. We'll probably go again next weekend, so stay tuned. Kevin Sullivan says, "Hey Roberto, I'm getting some brand deals on my other channel, but I had someone try to hack me before. How can I tell who's real and who's fake?" So one thing to do is, instead of clicking on never click on any link sent in an email when it comes to these brand deals, because a lot of things are scams. Number 2, if you're a small channel, the odds that a company directly reached out to you, very minimal. It's not impossible, but it's very rare. So be skeptical and be wary of that. The other thing is, you should consider contacting the person at the brand. If you see an email, look that person up on LinkedIn and then reach out to them in DMs and see if they're real, because they could use a real person's name on LinkedIn, but it may not be them. So I would do that. And then you could figure out if they're legit that way. Always check the from email address. If something's from Gmail, it's fake. If it's from Gmail, it's fake. And so, again, don't click on anything in the email. Check the from address, and then also look the person up in LinkedIn. DM them directly. Reach out and say, "Hey, did you reach out to me? I'm so-and-so." And then that would be a way to vet the brand deals. All right, so moving on to the next one, on to the next one. So we've got theme parks assemble. So I like the logo, but I think the background is too busy. And so I think you need to adjust that in the banner, but I do love this logo, if I'm being honest. I love what you did with the T and the A for theme parks assemble. Again, I just think the background might need to be cleaner for it to stand out, or that might at least need a heavier drop shadow. The live Wednesday and weekends, that text doesn't really work as well for this, and it's hard to read as well. So I'd correct that. Almost 4,000 subscribers, very good. You got some YouTube shorts here and popular videos, and then past live streams. I would maybe move the playlist for vlog adventures to the top to give the vibe of the videos, instead of what you have going on now with the shorts being at the top. Here's the other thing. Looking at the thumbnails are a 1 out of 5. The thumbnails are a 1 out of 5. And I don't mean that to be harsh or mean or cruel, but this is to help you. So the thumbnails here, and let me take the chat off screen for this. The thumbnails here are a 1 out of 5 for a couple of reasons. Red and green do not work for text, and they don't work for it, especially on busy backgrounds. The photos here of the parks are not bad. The placement of the text usually is very bad in this case, and the text itself is very difficult to read. Bad color, bad placement. Keep the text to black and white, usually white with a black outline, if anything, and then consider adding a drop shadow. And again, put it in a place that's consistent. Alternatively, you can use a bar at the top and just put a hard bar at the top and put the text there, and then just crop the image differently down in order to make it cleaner. So you could look at that. The Epic Universe one isn't as bad. Still would have been better with purely white text and a drop shadow. Full night walkthrough, not necessary in the thumbnail, especially not if it's going to end up being where it hits the timestamp of the video. So again, not as useful there. This thumbnail had some potential, but again, the text ruins it. and you're overthinking using the text to look so much like the text of the brand, just pick a clean font, sans serif font. We have 5 fonts we usually recommend. So you could use Compacta, you could use Bebas New, you could use Futura Bold. We have 5 of them we usually recommend. If we have those from the notes and we can put those in the chat, we'll let you know, and we can put that in the chat here. But yeah, you're trying too hard with the text matching the brand. Just have clean text and you'll be fine. The thumbnails are way too busy, way too convoluted and confusing. They need to be much, much cleaner. And it's the biggest thing hurting you. So the thumbnails are currently a 1 out of 5. It'd be better if they were... Look at this. This thumbnail is much cleaner, and it's not having as many of those issues, and it says what it is. This is just from 2 years ago. Again, these thumbnails, still not perfect, but they're much cleaner, and they're much more on brand. The 4K logo doesn't really do anything here, but again, the busier your text is in these thumbnails and the more cluttered these thumbnails are, the worse they do. The cleaner they are, the better they do. So it's a real issue. The other thing you might consider is if you're going to capture photographs that are authentic of the park and what's going on, shoot wider so you can crop in and have more control over the thumbnail. So shoot a wider lens and maybe study up a little on the things that make street photography work well, and that could help you. This one, you had this really good shot of the park. It's ruined by all this text. We can't even see the park. We don't need the Disneyland Resort logo there. We really don't. We don't need all of this stuff. Like, the text would have been better if you would just literally put Memorial Weekend walkthrough on the actual walkthrough and let us see the kingdom, and don't put the Disneyland there. This could have been just so much cleaner, and it would have been better. The quality in your videos looks very good for a vlog-like aesthetic, but again, the photography could be better. And in this one, we can't even see the characters. Meanwhile, first frame of the video, we get to see these big, beautiful close-ups of the characters. There's Jesse, there's Woody, there's the Incredibles. Like, you would have been better off showing a group photo of the mascots, and that would have been better by far. And yeah, some text is too small even to see on a phone. So again, cluttered. This one wasn't that bad, but again, this could have been much better. And the font stacking, the text stacking is not great here for the Guardians of the Galaxy one. Again, Web Slinger, you covered up so much of Spider-Man. This could have done better. This could have been a 10K view video, but you covered up so much of Spider-Man. This could have done 5K, 10K views. So again, the real issue here is the thumbnails and the approach to it. Even consider just taking such great photos that you don't even need text in the thumbnails. And just think about, how would I just shoot a photo so good and so Instagram worthy, or a photo so good they would use it in a magazine spread, and then just do that. Look at this one of the Lion King. You cover up half of the characters and cast that are on the stage. You have this wonderful shot of the Lion King in 4K at the Animal Kingdom being performed. And look at this. This is such a great video, but we'd never know how good this video is because you cover up the money shot here, the great shot of the cast and characters on stage with all this text. The text is killing you, my friend. My strongest opinion here is that you can immediately go from having 1 out of 5 thumbnails to having 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 thumbnails by literally just not putting text in them ever again and not putting the 4K Ultra logo in them ever again. And literally just taking such, look at this Winnie the Pooh full ride thing. This would have been a perfect thumbnail if it had no text on it. And again, the video is so gorgeous, you know? The 4K Ultra HD is giving 2005. So, you have you know, really good videos in my opinion that would make people want to go to the theme parks, but you're underselling it by just throwing in this text that doesn't help it and doesn't add any value. Let the image speak for itself. An image is worth 1,000 words. Just take gorgeous street photography shots that are aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and sell the experience of being there, and you will do much better. You will do 10x better. And take intentional photography. I know you live stream most of the time, but take intentional photography. You know, be really thoughtful about it. With me, I shoot wildlife photography, right? So I like to shoot nature and wildlife. I do headshots and portraits too, but again, I have like a camera specifically for the photography side of what I do. I do that as a hobby. I don't do it for content on the channel. Me and my brother are doing a camera gear channel creator gear guide that I keep saying we're gonna get up and running, but we really will because there's just too much Amazon affiliate money out there for us not to do it at this point. And we have all the gear in the world and can do like 10 videos on any one piece we have because we literally can overthink it, and show the everything about it. But I digress. But here's the thing. If I was doing the theme parks like what you're doing, I would be taking, I wouldn't use this lens because I'd be taking wide, I might use this lens for some things. I'd be taking these wide angle, beautiful shots. I'd be thinking like a street photographer, and I'd be taking gorgeous shots that could be a one-page layout for Disney, or would be actually better. Think about it like every time you shoot these thumbnails, think of you're shooting a shot for Disney to put in a calendar. Make a Disney calendar shot the standard for what your thumbnails is. No text required to understand what's happening and to appreciate it and want to go to the park and make that moment and make that memory. That's your goal. So your goal for now on is for the thumbnails here to be these beautiful shots that belong on a Disney calendar that sell the experience of coming to the theme park, or would be a postcard that someone gets sent from Disney World from the park. That's the goal for your thumbnails, and that's what will turn things around for you when it comes to your channel here. And so I think that that would make all the difference in the world here. But what do you all think? Do you agree with me, disagree with me about theme parks assemble? I'd love to know in the chat if you're still watching live. I'd love to know in the replay, in the comment section, what would you do differently? Do you agree with me about taking this photography centric approach to thumbnails or not? Let me know. But yeah, hopefully you took some value from that and you appreciate that. Looks like you're you know, taking it to heart, and good. Again, all of this is said with love. I think the channel has potential. I just think that the videos are so much better than the thumbnails, and it's a shame because the videos could get and deserve to get more views. Yeah, go wide and leave leading spaces. And again, you always have the ability to crop in. You can always crop in, you can't crop out. Yeah, you've also been wasting time on those thumbnails too. Yeah, you could just do so much better by taking photos intentionally at the park, planning it out, and really thinking about that. And then you'll have these photos, and the photos will just look better. They'll be sharper, they'll be clean, they'll be intentional, and you'll have options to A/B test. If you shoot enough photos for the thumbnails, you can A/B test. Yeah, simple thumbnails are so much better. I agree. Yep, simple is better. Simple is better. 110%. Let's see. All right, so next up, we've got Dex, not Dexter. Thank you for waiting patiently. So let's see here. Dex, not Dexter, has been reviewed here on the channel before. Does AI news content. And so you got a recent video out. Good job on the video 2 days ago, by the way. With the Nano Banana one, I think that one might not catch on. It's too much of a meme the way you're doing it there, so maybe not. I get what you were going for. Consider A/B testing that thumbnail. Nano Banana Pro just replaced Photographers Forever. Like, I would do something that leans toward the photographer thing if you're gonna do that one instead. The Grok 4 update, good job on that. 1,000 views, gold star. Everything about Gemini 3.0 in just 10 minutes. Okay, here's the thing. Do this format for the rest of them. Everything about Gemini in 3.0 in just 10 minutes. Doing everything about Grok 4.1 in 10 minutes or less. Do one on ChatGPT 5.1. That's good. Do everything about Nano Banana Pro in just 10 minutes. Consider a possibility of doing a video of ranking all of the Grok companions. Consider doing a ranking video of all of the Grok companions. Let's see. Some of these experiments were worth trying. I like that you at least tried to do something about this 11 Labs music thing, because people are really interested in it. Interesting angle for you. What if you broke down or covered or at least acknowledged some of the AI lawsuits? You don't have to be a lawyer to do that. So again, could be worth trying. Google Veo 3.1 just changed everything. Too generic of a title. Change the title for that one, for sure. And again, you did have some luck with using Sundar Pichai, so maybe change the thumbnail here to Sundar Pichai, and maybe change this title. Not exactly 1,000% sure what to change this title to, but I would definitely. Maybe it's did Google Veo 3.1 just beat Sora video? Fuzzy again? Hang on. I don't know why the microphone or audio is getting fuzzy here. Again, I think that's the Rodecaster is just getting too old. Because it's been like 5 or 6 years. Hang on. When in doubt, plug it in. Is it better now? Is it better? Is it any better now? Alright, is the audio any better now? What about now? Still the same? No? Yeah, crazy that as soon as I start talking about AI channel, the microphone goes to hell, right? What about now? Even before I did the update on the Mac, it was doing something like that. Good now? Okay. It's either the wiring, it's either the cable, which I don't know why it would be the cable, but it's not impossible. It's either the cable or it's the cable hitting another cable, which again, I'm trying with the cable management, or it's literally just the Rodecaster being 5 or 6 years old. So it's one of those things. So apologies. But yeah, like I was saying, consider changing up a couple of thumbnails and titles, like I was saying. Again, you have some really good outliers here, especially this recent one from 2 days ago. So again, you are able to make videos that get views. I mean, look at this. You are able to make videos that get views. It's just a matter of finding the right topics, and that can be challenging. That can be difficult. But again, you are onto something. Even with one of these latest videos, you did get 1,000 views in a day here. Yeah, if cables hit each other, they can get magnetic field interference. Yeah, I've heard of that as well. So again, I'll see what can be done, or if it is a cable management issue. But yeah, that is a possibility given the wiring here. That's a small possibility. I wonder if there's a premium cable that just avoids that. I wonder if there's literally a way to just throw money at the problem. But anyway, what was I saying here, Dex? So what I was saying here, Dex, is one, if you can keep consistency up, that'll obviously help. Let's see what's going on with short form. Some of your short form is doing better than others. You don't have a lot of it, though. I think with short form, daily AI news short form probably could do well for you. So I wouldn't be against that either. But again, I think it's just hit or miss on some of your topics or some of the framing of your topics. But some of these views, especially for a channel your size, are not bad at all, really. And again, you did really well with this one. So kudos to you. Yeah, I would change this Google Veo 3. Did Google Veo 3 just beat Sora Video? Because people would be interested in that. It seems to me that a lot of people are not nearly as interested in what the AI can do in terms of a lot of those videos from you. They are sometimes, though. If the AI is doing something crazy, then they are interested in that. But people seem to be really interested in, yes, the news, but also anything that's framed around it being like revolutionary, game-changing, or just radically different than what they expect. And also, they're interested in competing models. They also seem to be interested in anything that suggests that Elon is in trouble or that Sam Altman is in trouble. So that's so there's a little bit of a controversy angle that does work for quite a few of your videos. So do consider that aspect of it. Yeah, I do have enough cables here probably to power a starship. I probably literally have enough cables here to make a hammock that could actually hold a human being. So yeah, so those are some of my thoughts for you, Dex Not Dexter. Again, I think that you do have potential with this channel. The ability for a channel of your size to get a 1,000 view outlier in a 2-day period is actually fantastic around something like this. So again, there are things you can lean into. It's just a matter of topic selection more than anything, I would say. So again, something to think about. If you can source the topics, I honestly, I keep telling all of you, topic is probably the most important thing in deciding how many views you get. Then a good title and thumbnail combination, and then the relevance of timing could overshadow all of it. So if I were to put it in order, I would say topic, timing, title, thumbnail, if I were to put it in order of what is valuable and what gets views. So I would say probably topic and timing, then title and thumbnail. I would actually put topic and timing as even, and those as a combo of the topic and the timing I think are an inseparable combo, and I think that the title and thumbnail are an inseparable combo. So if I had to, I like saying topic, title, thumbnail, and timing because it sounds better, but the truth is it's topic and timing and then title and thumbnail. So that's what I think. But again, what do you guys think in the chat? What do you think in the comments? Let me know. Would you give different advice? Would you do it differently if you were an AI news channel? Again, I think AI news daily in shorts could be game changing here as long as you can keep up with a constant drip and feed of AI news and AI features. And so maybe the AI news and features would do better as shorts. And then you still could do long form on the ideas that you think have the most merit or that you're the most interested in. And I think that that would be actually very good for you, Dex, not Dexter. But again, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. All right, and there we go. So let's see. 2 more to go, I think, right? So let's see. Looking at the chat. All right, cool. All right, so next up, we've got cryptids and crafts. Love the banner here, Tish. So very good. You've been working on shorts for a while. You want to pivot into some long form. Let's see what's what we've got here. Let's sort by popular on the short since it doesn't do it by date. So you did a Halloween ghost thing, and that got 17K views. Kid Loves God of War. Mini crafts. Okay, so for a relatively new channel with 100 subscribers, these shorts that you've done seem to have performed fairly decently, considering it's a new channel with a small audience. So again, these views are not bad. But most of the audience is going to be short. So when you do long form, temper your expectations, because for long form, it is the equivalent of starting from zero. And again, you've done these intermittently for the for these. I think that if you're going to do long form videos, you need to give yourself some kind of challenge for those videos. And I would think that those videos kind of have to have some kind of angle to them in terms of a challenge. Like today, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and they can have a theme. And like I said, cryptids theme could be a thing. So I think that if you do a challenge around drawing cute cryptids and you make long form and short form, and the short form could be multiple days in the challenge or behind the scenes kind of the challenge, but it's like trying to draw the cutest cryptids, and it's something like cute Nessie, cute Yeti, cute this or that and everything. That could be a whole thing, because like if you had unlimited money, cryptid cuties could be a plush line of like plushie dolls, where you have cryptid cuties, where you literally have these almost chibi-fied Muppet Baby versions of cryptids, like the Chupacabra, the Yeti, Jersey Devil, Nessie, and so on. Bigfoot, well, Sasquatch, if we want to call him his proper name, so on and so forth. So that would be a way to keep on theme here for cryptids and crafts. The thing is, eventually you could challenge yourself to actually try to make plushies into cryptids, and then maybe people would crowdfund you making a bunch of those and getting them done so they could own them. So I would try and do those. I would do different projects. I would like do weird things, and I would be like, oh, trying to make a cryptids card game, and I would design cryptid cards and kind of mimic Pokemon or Magic the Gathering cards, and I would show people in the shorts the behind of scenes of that, and I would also show it in the videos. And so I would just approach it with these cryptid themed art projects, and that's how I would approach this channel, if I'm being honest. So again, my idea for you, or my review of you, is much more on concept, because again, your shorts views are fine. So again, if you just need an outlet, your shorts views are fine. But again, I would try to get closer and closer to the theme of combining cryptids with crafts for this channel. In general, it looks like you just like to do crafts and art and drawing, and I know a little bit about you, so I know that. But again, for this channel, it has a theme behind it. I think that you could do general art and share if you do your live streams as general art and share, and doodles and cozy doodles and stuff like that. But for the rest of the theme to be on theme, I think it needs to be at least animal themed, if not cryptid themed, in general. So that's kind of how I would approach it. And there's enough variety of ways to do this to where you wouldn't get bored. And again, you could even give yourself challenges like drawing, what if the cryptids threw a costume party, and you could draw the cryptids at a costume party dressed as each other. And then that could be like just something cute and funny for a long form video. You could live stream the behind the scenes of it. So again, just give yourself kind of these prompts for the idea generation part of it, and then just do something like that. You did do the I turned my cats into cryptids. Okay, cool. So like, again, it's stuff like that. Be creative with it. And again, I think that thematically that ends up being much stronger. I also think if you do drawing videos, or even live sketch videos, and you talk about the mythology of cryptids, or you explain a cryptid while drawing it, like you know everything about whatever in 10 minutes, like everything about the Chupacabra in 10 minutes, everything about the Yeti in 10 minutes, everything about Lizard Man in 10 minutes, everything about Mothman in 10 minutes, and you draw and you do a time lapse of you drawing the cryptid while doing a voiceover later of explaining the lore of the cryptid. Those are interesting, both auditorially and visually enough to also drawing an audience, and it'd be kind of cool. So that would be, so concept wise, that's what I got for you, because again, I think the thing that you need the most help with there is just something conceptually around this channel. And I think conceptually and thematically doing stuff like that would give you kind of a way to attract people. And if people randomly find your channel through shorts or scrolling in their feed, or they come onto it live, those are the kind of things that are interesting. So there's that. Whenever you're feeling festive or something like that, or it's a holiday, you could always try making cryptid cupcakes. You know, there's things like that. So that's the kind of thing I would do is I would just try to stick to a theme. Hard as it is for artists, I would just try to stick to a theme and get clever with it, so that there's still some unifying theme to my channel. So that would be my advice for cryptids and crafts. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comment section if you are watching the replay. Let me know in the chat if you're still watching live. So yeah, I think that's 5. We're down to 1 more. So thanks for that, Tish. And again, good job on what you've been doing so far. Again, art channels are really hard, but there are ways to make it work. EB Adventures. You disagree? What do you disagree with? Be more specific. I'm curious about that. That's interesting. Oh yeah, for the cute cryptids, that could be interesting. I agree. Nice idea, Michael. Anxious Yeti. Anxious Yeti, claustrophobic chupacabra, shy Nessie. Insecure lizard man. No offense, Mark Zuckerberg. We love you, Mark. Let's see. Those are the best ones I can think of. Shy Nessie, Anxious Yeti, claustrophobic chupacabra. Insecure lizard man. ADHD Mothman. Bipolar Mothman. So yeah. So something like that. I think that'd be interesting. Mentally exhausted Mothman. No, wait. Emotionally exhausted Mothman. There you go. Emotionally exhausted Mothman. That's the one. Hard to articulate here. I do agree with your concept of sticking to one thing, so I agree 40%. Yeah. Okay, to each their own. Nervous Nessie. That's good. Nervous Nessie. That's good. I like that. Makes sense. So yeah, so Nervous Nessie, emotionally exhausted Mothman, claustrophobic Chupacabra, anxious Yeti. That's a good start. There are so many more cryptids, but that's a good start. Insecure Lizard Man. I still like Insecure Lizard Man. Anxious Lizard Man. That could work, yeah. No, wait, we went Anxious Yeti, I think. So yeah, Insecure Lizard Man it is. Let me think. Trying to remember some other cryptids. We went with Chupacabra, the Yeti. Can't think of one for Jersey Devil, if I'm being honest. Can't think of one for Jersey Devil. The Yeti. Shy Sasquatch. Shy Sasquatch. That's good. Yeah, struggling to think of other cryptids. I know, at least we know that I can name at least 10 cryptids. So there is something. Bipolar Bigfoot. Sasquatch is Bigfoot, but bipolar Bigfoot works better. Nervous Nessie, bipolar Bigfoot, anxious Yeti, insecure lizard man, emotionally exhausted Mothman, claustrophobic chupacabra. So that's 6. Yeah, that's 6. I can't think of the rest right now. Trying to think of one for the jackalope. Yeah, that one's rough. Jittery jackalope. Oh. Jittery jackalope. 7. Yeah, we'll leave it there. That's pretty good. We got one last channel here to review. But yeah, I think that's good for the cryptids. Next channel we have up is Broken Skull. I like this. So this looks pretty dope, honestly. Broken Skull's YouTube channel, aesthetically gorgeous profile pic and banner, my friend. Well done. Let's hope the channel lives up to the hype of the imagery. So you got 3,000 subscribers here, a couple hundred videos. Let's see. Interesting. Looks like you do a lot of horror game stuff, as best as I can tell. Welcome to the Bone Zone. Expect weekly, packed with jump scares, spine-chilling gameplay. Okay, I like this. I like this. This is good. I'm going to say that for what the channel is, the thumbnails are actually really good. Thumbnails are really good. Trying to tap into Dispatch didn't work for you because, again, it's not a horror game. I get jumping on trends, but for your audience, not so much. These are really good, and I'm getting OG PewDiePie vibes here. So I actually think your concept is strong. I think the video views for your channel size is fine. I think that you might have to... I think that what would work here, excuse me, is, one, of course you want to jump on new games in the genre, but you also want to revisit, I think it would be good to revisit nostalgic games that set the genre on fire. Like, you know, I would consider even like revisiting Amnesia, because PewDiePie made that so iconic. People might want to see that again and see if it still holds up. So I would look at that. There's allegedly a new BioShock coming out, so revisiting the worst jump scares in BioShock could be good, or the most terrifying lore of BioShock. Ironically, I think tapping into even the lore of some of these terrifying video game characters could be really good, in addition to doing the gameplay stuff. So almost consider that another format you can add to this channel is doing the creepypastas around video games. You're actually in the middle of experimenting with thumbnails at the moment, you say? Interesting. And using shorts to push long form videos. So the strategy for using shorts to push long form videos is not what you guys think it is. If you're going to use shorts to push long form videos, my answer to it is to link 50 to 100 shorts to one long form. And it doesn't have to be a long form related to the actual video, but a long form video that overperforms and is a proven performer for your existing audience. But also, your biggest views seem to be in shorts. Don't be shy about that, or be, oh, I don't want to be known as a shorts creator. do look at the value of shorts themselves. Remember, I showed you earlier, if you were here for the earlier case study, one of my clients, Jake, just did YouTube shorts, but we did them aggressively with him doing 5 to 8 shorts a day. And his channel got extreme views on it. And the monetization was really good. And remember, for every 10 million shorts views, you get $1,000 to like $1,200, $800, $1,200. And so if you do enough shorts and you get millions of views on them, it can add up to significant money. And it's actually easier than you might imagine to get millions of views on shorts. It is easier, arguably, just through aggressive uploads to get $1,000 from shorts much faster than it is to get $1,000 from long form. So do keep that in mind. Let's look at your live streams here. They're not terrible. If you do live streams and you do them much, much more consistently and you clip parts of the live streams into shorts, here's what I would do. I would do these live streams multiple times a week, and I would clip them into some of your shorts, not all of your shorts, but I would make it a significant amount of them. And then that's easier to post shorts more consistently. You have no idea how well they'll perform. And then, so I would like play these games on live stream multiple times a week, and I would clip your jump scares and reactions from all the live streams. And those would make for really good shorts, and those could probably do views, and they would fit with the channel. So I would look at doing that. So those are things I would be exploring for you. And I think I think that can do well. Your channel's monetized, so I think you would benefit from doing that. You've taken a step back from them because balancing it with edited videos is tough. Here's the thing. If you do lives and shorts more, as much as you might have your heart set on edited videos, if anything, I would go and I would pull back to doing one edited video a week. I would live stream Monday through Friday, and I would post shorts every day. And I think the channel would probably do better if you did one video like this a week. If you did one video like this, ignited Bonnie as the fastest animatronic in Hello Neighbor. I think if you did 1 video to 2 videos like this a week, and then you did multiple shorts a day, and you did live streams Monday through Friday, life and full-time job stuff. But here's the key to that. If you do the live streams for 1 hour to 90 minutes, and you did those Monday through Friday, if you only did it for 90 minutes, instead of like, you do it for 90 minutes a live stream, or even 1 hour a live stream Monday through Friday, and you clip enough clips from that to post 3 shorts a day, and then you only do edited videos 1 to 2 times a week, and you just do the edited videos on your day off, and you don't overcook them, and you could use, if you needed to, footage from the live streams to help with it, you'd have an efficient way of making a large scale of content that can grow the channel across all 3 formats. The short form 3 a day could also be posted to TikTok. Then you could start making money off the TikTok. The live stream could be simulcast to YouTube and Twitch so that you could grow a following on Twitch. And again, you could be streaming Monday through Friday for like 90 minutes. So again, that's your gameplay after work anyway. And then you just clip those. You can use Opus Clip to help with selects for AI so you don't have to do too much work. And so then that clips you automatically. You have 3 clips. You mostly focus on things like the jump scares. You 3 clips a day. You post those to shorts. You use the recording in high quality for footage for your long form videos. You do the long form videos on your day off on like Saturday. Let's just say you work Monday through Friday. You do the shooting and editing, and you don't make it too rough on yourself, and you just get up early on a Saturday. You knock that out. And then you can have Sunday off to live life, and you can still have Saturday night to live life. You don't stream, you don't edit till late. You make sure you wake up early, you knock it out, and you still have your whole afternoon and evening on Saturday. So you do that. So you basically are giving yourself a 6-day-a-week schedule of work, but it pays off. You corner off Sunday to really be the day that you rest. I know it's rough, but until you can get out of the 9 to 5, this would be a way. You don't have to do this, but you could do this. You don't have to do this, but you could do this. And then you'd have this really efficient system that lets you have a consistent live streaming schedule. You'd multi-stream. I'd do YouTube, Twitch, and even Kick in case you grow an audience over there. And then you have multiple ways to make money. You do the short form, and you post it to YouTube Shorts, TikTok, possibly even Instagram, so you can make money on all the platforms. You automate the clipping to help you with AI, and you tweak it with Opus Clips AI. You don't spend more than 5 to 10 minutes tops on any of the short form edits, and that's mostly just trimming and cutting the right places. And again, when you want to do long form, you make 1 long form video, maybe 2 a week. You only work on it on your weekend. You don't let yourself spend 10 hours on a long form video. You make an efficient video where you only spend a maximum of 4 hours, 5 hours on 1 long form video. And if that means you only do 1 a week, so be it. You just get mad efficient with that. And you upload 1 good video long form when you can. And in the meantime, you do the live streaming, the shorts. The live streams mean you get super chats, support. You can put multiple ads in it, so it's more valuable than your long form videos actually, from a monetization standpoint. Oh, long form is monetized better. Live streams monetized better than even long form. The views even that you get on the live streams are comparable in many cases to the views you got on long form anyway. So you could do that. And if you optimize the thumbnails for the live streams, if you do the live stream thumbnails as well as you did the long form thumbnails, they'll get more views. So you could do that. You'll have more ads in them, so even if they get less views, they play more ads, so you'd make more money anyway. The short form would definitely make more money if you're putting 3 of them out a day. Eventually that'll add up to decent money. Plus you'd be getting them on TikTok, getting money there, getting money on Instagram. So you'd have a decent side hustle money even as a small creator, just from doing this and doing more. Because again, I know a lot of you have your heart set on edited long form, but from an efficiency standpoint and a monetization standpoint, it's not always the answer. So those are things I would do differently. Again, your thumbnails here are really good, but again, the views here aren't drastically different than they could be on your live streams, being really efficient with the gameplay. If you just did these thumbnails on your live streams would get these kind of views, but because they're longer, they would make much more money. So you'd have that benefit, you'd have that value from it. So, I mean, that's what I would look at there. And then with the short form, you could grow as well and grow in subscribers and views and revenue from that by just doing an abundance of short form and not comparing it to the long form. So, and you can clip a lot of that from the live streams to help you. So those would be my thoughts on this channel. Again, Broken Skull, I love your graphic design skill. I love the theme of this channel. I love the aesthetics. I love the vibe. I think it's got potential, and I think it can make some decent money, and I think it's got a good foundation. I just think it needs to be really, really efficient. And then I think it has more opportunities. Again, a lot of you underestimate live streaming and shorts as formats and fixate on only long form videos because that's what you're used to from OG YouTubers. But it's a brave new world. There is money to be made when it comes to short form, and there's money to be made when it comes to streaming now. Streaming is killing it. Look at the big streamers. They're absolutely killing it. And look at the shorts creators, even like what I showed you with Jake earlier in the stream. Being able to do 15 grand a month from short form. Like, incredible. Commentary, less edited content. What you saw from Eric, Sweaty Clash. Daily commentary videos he's only spending 20 to 30 minutes editing on a 30-minute performed personality driven video where he has strong opinions and good humor. Killing it, great format. You saw the kind of money he could do. He can do $20,000-$30,000 in a month by doing aggressive uploads of long form, and his audience doesn't mind. He still gets 100K views every upload, so his audience doesn't mind the lack of editing. A lot of you are mistaking editing for quality, and audiences love authenticity, they love humor, they love a personality, they love a performer, and they just love somebody who has strong opinions and is unapologetic about them. I'm telling you guys, authenticity beats editing, and it's not even close. It's why streaming does so well without edits, and people are making a living streaming now. Podcasting is barely edited. It's just camera switching done live to tape, barely edited. So it's produced, not edited. So between IRL streaming, look at how well that's doing. It's produced, not edited. Podcasting, produced, not edited. Commentary now, less editing, more opinions, and it's working. There are things that benefit from editing. Storytelling, spectacle, video essays, faceless channels, absolutely. There are places for editing. But I'm telling you, if you're a working class content creator with a 9-to-5 job, less is more when it comes to editing. And remember, especially if you're a gamer, the game is entertaining enough without the editing style that you want to bring to it. So again, it's just something I want you guys to think a little bit more about, and I want to encourage a lot of you. I'm not telling you to be lazy. It's quite the opposite. If you put more effort into being a great speaker, a great performer, doing improv and comedy, scripting, any number of things, you'll rely less on the editing. Because remember what I said earlier, if you're not enough without the editing, you're not enough with it. Don't use editing as a crutch or as a way to mask insecurities about the way you're performing the content. Lean into things like your personality. And editing, good editing won't save an objectively bad idea. And for a lot of you, when it comes to views, editing does not get you more views. It can get you more watch time, could get you more subscribers, could get you more retention. But views are decided by whether you like the topic, whether the timing is relevant to you, whether the title speaks to you and you identify with it, and whether the thumbnail gets your attention, and whether the thumbnail speaks to the quality you expect from the video. So those are the things that I would tell any of you. And again, for you, Broken Skull, think the channel has mad potential. Looking forward to seeing what you do with it. But again, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys think if you're watching live still in the chat. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Would you take a different direction? Let us know. Boom. So yeah, so those are my thoughts. And again, those are my authentic thoughts. And look at it this way. These live streams, some of the live streams have gotten tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of views with no editing. The best live stream we've ever done was a workshop on you guys designing and selling merch and showing you how to do that and how to set up your online store for YouTube and connect it to YouTube and sell your merch. 800,000 views to this day. It's a 3.5-hour video. Oh my God, short attention spans. 800,000 views, 3.5-hour video. Oh my God. Editing, no editing. These are just produced, not edited live streams. There are multiple live streams on this channel that have over 100,000 views, and they're produced, they're not edited. Editing is not everything. Value for the viewer is what matters most, and viewers value a topic they care about, timing that's relevant, a title that relates to them, and a thumbnail that attracts them. So that's the views part. Retention is much more about your personality. Do I like your personality or not? Do I like the performance that you're giving? Do I like the cadence that you're giving? So the pacing. So pacing, personality, performance matters a lot more. Production value is mostly lights, camera, audio. Again, don't overthink that too much. And again, even for the video, structure, storytelling, script, And yes, style would all matter together. But again, editing style is the least important out of all of those. Yeah, I'm doing well for the most part. You know, life is life. So again, I've been super busy. A lot of coaching, believe it or not. So that's been going extremely well. Trying to actually myself come back to content. And again, when it's time for me to ramp up content going into 2016, especially with the 2016 how to start a YouTube channel content, again, I'm going to edit less and produce more. Yeah. So again, Broken Skull, hope that works out for you, and I hope you enjoyed the review and the advice. Live streams get a lot of interaction since people aren't waiting to comment at the end like long form, so we all have been chatting with each other and Roberto. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, the other thing is live streams can have replay value. Again, if you set them up for replay value, people come and they watch them after the fact. And again, you can clip things from live streams for both long form, short form. You can repurpose, you can multi-stream. There's so much value to it of producing a high quality stream and then getting your other assets from the high quality stream. So again, it's something that is very much underestimated. But anyway, it is after midnight. We've done the 6 channels that we were going to review. We had a wonderful time. We had a lot of people come through. Also, I think I missed a few super chats that were not channel reviews. So shout out to our latest member, and also shout out to the support from my friend Abaddon Smith. Appreciate you. And again, we've got another channel member here, so fantastic. Aero Pachayo, I think I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, or is it Aeropox CEO? Or nope, Aero Pacheco, I think, or Pacheco, Aero Pacheco, I think. So yeah. So anyway, thank you to everybody who super chatted, everybody who did channel reviews, everybody who supported, everybody who asked really dope questions. Thank you to all of our mods. Really appreciate that. Yeah, no, this was great. And thank you to bearing with the experimentation with the merged horizontal and vertical stream. Again, I'm going to have to check to see if StreamYard actually worked with YouTube's version of it, or if it did its own thing, or what the heck is going on. So we're going to see what that's like. The merge chat thing was interesting. So again, we'll see how that all played out in the end. And then also, again, shout out to our mods. And of course, shout out to our friends over at oneof10.com, the #1 tool for YouTube strategy, helping you with your topics, your titles, your thumbnails, and your timing. Make sure you're checking them out. Link is in the description. Code Roberto gets you 20% off for life. So thank you to our friends over at oneof10.com. Really appreciate them. Let's see. I'm wondering, like, if the vertical banner is a better fit. Nah, it doesn't really do it better. It still clips me. And this wide angle, this one's not better. That wide angle is not much better for the vertical. It is what it is. We'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, no, thank you so much, everybody. Stay awesome, and we will catch you next time. Remember, we've got some offers for you, and we've got some discounts. So one, we're gonna put some of that in the description. Mods, if you could throw some of those things in the chat, they can get 60% off right now with the current coupon code for the live viewers only. They can get 60% off the YouTube starter kit. They can get 60% off the brand deal starter kit, and they can also get 60% off of my new collection, the Creator Keynotes collection, where you get basically 10 hours of my public speaking engagements available to you, and you'll get access to any new speaking engagements that I add to it. going into next year. I plan to speak at least 4 or 5 events next year, so you'd get the replays of those, and they are shot in high quality, by the way, so they're very good. So if we could put those links in the chat, I will try and hunt down some of them for you. So this one is a link for the Creator Keynote Collection. And then Michael's asking about the book. I am still working on it because YouTube added so much to the new monetization stuff that I really wanted to do it justice. So the book was going to come out this month or next month. I'm actually working with Amazon on something in terms of giving me the ability to still do pre-orders for the new date, but the book is still just to be determined. Hopefully next spring we'll have it available for pre-order again in spring of next year, because I decided to not rush it, and I decided that also because the book's almost done. The book is over 55,000 words right now. But I have to do some revisions and some new chapters, new parts of the chapters because of YouTube's new monetization updates. And I got new information from YouTube about those updates. So I wanted to include that in the book for sure. So I need a little bit more time to cook it, going toward the end of the year here. And then I'm going to let my editor have more time with it. So I'm going to give my editor at least 60 days with it. So again, I have to postpone the book until next year, early next year, because of the new monetization updates drastically affecting the overall book. So I can't just kind of throw those updates in there. I have to really rework a lot of the book around the new YouTube monetization updates. There are about 6 big YouTube monetization updates, 6 short updates, and 6 live streaming updates, and they're all hyper relevant. So there's not really a way around it, so to speak. So the book just needs a lot more work to round it out with the new updates, because they were just too significant, and they fit with the way the book was already written, but there's just so much specific information, and then there's new revelations from YouTube about how some of it actually works that I'm privy to. So especially a lot of the updates with YouTube Shopping, the brand deal integrations. So I want to make sure that I'm doing that part justice and it doesn't feel like it was just shoehorned in. So I want it to feel more organic to the book's message overall. And there's a massive change to a big strategy that I want to add from scratch, because I have a new strategy for brand deals that works its way into these changes that doesn't currently exist for most YouTubers right now, around the brand deal stuff. So it's pretty significant, and I wouldn't not want to have it in there. Yep. So again, for the streaming audience, we have a discount for select products right now. You can use that for 60% off the YouTube Starter Kit, Brand Deal Starter Kit, the Canva for Creators course, and the Creator Keynote Collection over at awesomecreatoracademy.com. And again, I've given you some direct links for those discount offers. We never do a discount this big. We usually only do 30 or 40% off, especially for like Cyber Month or whatever. But and the normal audience will only be getting those deals. This is kind of a live stream exclusive deal for you guys as far as a discount code. Everyone else will be getting a very different discount code. So this is your big one, and it's only on select products. So huge deal. We normally don't do it that way, but it's pretty huge deal. So definitely take advantage of it. I will be announcing maybe next week or the week after that there will be a accelerator workshop. It'll be a weekend workshop. It'll be 2 days. It'll be a 2-day accelerator workshop, limited seating. I think we're going to do 25 or 30 seats. I haven't 100% figured out pricing, but it's not the cheapest offer I have. I'll tell you that now. I haven't figured out the pricing, but it's a 2-day virtual workshop. The first day is 90 minutes to 2 hours of lecture with another 90 minutes to an hour of Q&A. But the second day is the opposite, where it is mostly Q&A, where everyone will get a chance to ask their questions. We give you another day to think about your questions and to write things down, take notes, and come back and then come with specific questions and scenarios to give everyone a chance to get personalized advice during that call, but also let everyone benefit from the answers to those questions. So that's going to be really good for people. And then everyone will get the recording of those presentations, and they will also get some bonus offers in terms of included in that. They'll get some of our templates and our actual digital offers. So it'll actually be really interesting. So, look forward to that. We'll be taking early signups for that accelerator. It's going to be in January, and I believe the date for that is going to be the weekend around January, 20-something is the weekend around that. And the reason is because that'll be the week after I get back from speaking at Podfest, because I'm going to be a keynote speaker at Podfest in Orlando, Florida, the week of January 15th. So the following weekend when I get back, is what will be the workshop weekend. So that's when we'll do the accelerator workshop weekend. It will help people who are launching channels or growing small channels, and it'll help them set up their strategies and systems going into 2026 to make it the year that they finally grow on YouTube. So, yeah. So that's the plan for that. For anyone who's super interested in that, you can feel free to DM me on X or reach out to me on email and just say, hey, Roberto, I cannot wait for the accelerator workshop. When you're ready to drop it, I'm all in. What I will tell you this is it's not going to be one of those $1,000 weekend workshops. It's going to be considerably cheaper than that, because we really want to help give an opportunity to smaller content creators who need some help. I already have premium coaching clients, so we're going to do something that, even though it's a group setting, is very accessible to the 25 or 30 people who want to do it, or however many we get. However many we get is how many we get. But I will tell you this, it will be under $1,000. It will be, in my mind, very reasonably priced for what it is, because it is literally like almost 3 hours each day, 2 days, 6 hours with me, and a smaller room, direct answers to your questions as personalized as you need them to be, as well as a detailed and elaborate presentation on setting up your content strategy and your systems to really grow. So that is the kind of thing that you're going to get. We've actually closed up the channel reviews. The channel reviews, we have the rules for it in the description for the live stream, but we've already closed up the channel reviews for the evening fishing urban Ontario, because we're after midnight my time and we're at about the 3 hour mark. So we're all done tonight. So we have hopefully next weekend, even though it's Thanksgiving, next weekend we'll probably most likely do channel reviews again. So we have that. But yeah, January accelerator for anybody interested in that. Like I said, news about that. I'll probably drop news about that next week or the next time we meet for channel reviews. Or if we end up doing a Wednesday workshop, free Wednesday workshop next week before Thanksgiving Eve, I'll talk about it more then. Or if we do a Monday monetization stream, I'll talk about it more then. You can also DM me on X and tell me you're interested in the January accelerator workshop. Again, the goal for that one is to help new and small channels grow and make 2026 the year that they actually feel like they succeed on YouTube. And we're going to ruthlessly go through a detailed strategy breakout, and we're going to end up doing 2 days of this. And like I said, 2 to 3 hours of the entire weekend will literally just be Q&A for the 25, 30 people that we end up having. Like maybe it's 35. Like we will literally just be doing a whole day dedicated to answering your questions and talking things out and workshopping things with you. And the first day will be laying out strategy and letting you take notes, and you still get to ask questions the first day. The second day is entirely available for you guys to ask questions. That is something different. That is not something most people do. Like I said, I know it's going to be well under $1,000 for the whole weekend. You're going to get the replay. You're also going to get some of our digital assets as well. So it's not just here's a 2-day lecture and nothing else. You're going to get some things that are going to actually help you with your thumbnails, with your strategy, with your systems. You're going to get some checklists. You're going to get some actionable things that'll be able to be put into place throughout the whole year. And the goal is to give you a running head start in 2026. So that's the entire plan and what we're wanting to do. And I think it's going to be good for a lot of you. I think that the people who join it, because there'll be limited seating. So what that means is literally on day 2, everyone will get to ask any question that they have. Then I'll answer it for the whole group, so everyone gets the benefit from the value. And so that's why this is a little different. I already offer one-on-one coaching. I also have the Academy Pro group for office hours twice a week. But this one is basically, in my mind, a beta test for how we're going to do in-person workshops in Atlanta and on location during my speaking engagements. And when we do in-person events, this is part of how I want to do it. So this will kind of be a pilot for how we're going to do in-person workshops and do events within events and do in-person events in the greater Atlanta area coming up. So that is kind of the plan and kind of the format. So I think it'll be interesting. I think there'll be a lot of success stories and case studies that come out of it. Sean, yes, everyone who's already in the Academy Pro group should get access to the Creator Keynote Collection. If you are already in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro group at Pro level or VIP or Elite, all the Pro group members will be getting access to the Creator Keynote Collection already within your subscription, whether you're monthly or annual. So, Sean, I think you're an annual. So, like, again, you should be good. So you shall see an update about that in your inbox and dashboard next week in terms of access to the Creator Keynote Collection. One thing I haven't done for the Creator Keynote Collection is film the welcome video that's like, here's the welcome and here's what to expect. But all the other videos are there and they're live. And you can even see it in the checkout page that's like, because I incorporated, they let you put the syllabus on the checkout page. So what that ends up doing is it lets me show, here's what you're getting. So primary example, let's see here. So primary example says share screen. Why won't it let me? Oh, wait, here it goes. So this is the checkout page. And again, if you use the discount code, you're going to get 60% off this price. So more than half off this price. And so it shows you the Creator Keynote Collection, and the ones with the video icon means that video is live right now. This one I have to check on the upload here because I think the upload didn't work correctly. And like I said, the what to expect page, I didn't film the welcome video for that yet, or I didn't post it yet. That's the only thing really missing there. But again, it shows you my 2025 keynotes. Then it shows you the other keynotes, which are mostly the 2024 keynotes. And so, boom, you can see that you've got over 10 of these here. Most of these are an hour or so. So you get some really advanced knowledge here. People flew out or paid around the world to come to those keynote events. and you guys will get the replay of these various keynote events that I did and performed. And we'll also be adding some bonuses over time. Plus, with the Creator Keynote Collection, you will be getting access to my future keynotes in 2026 and beyond. And so I'll be posting them here as well. And those are also ad-free, so that's the other cool thing. So again, this is lifetime access as well. So that's what you get with the Creator Keynote Collection. That is also one of the other items included in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group membership for people who join the Pro Group. Plus, for those in the Pro Group, like Sean, for example, you get access to group coaching office hours twice a week if you join the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group. So link is in the description for that. Also, you're going to learn about the Pro Group and everything else we offer when we close out the video here, because it's part of our outro. So next week, I do plan to do either a Monday or Wednesday live stream, most likely a Wednesday live stream. It's most likely going to be a Wednesday live stream. We may do a Monday live stream, Friday or Saturday channel review stream. I'll let you know in advance. But other than that, it's been a great night. Thanks for also helping me test out the vertical live stream simulcasting. That's been interesting. I don't know if we'll do the horizontal and vertical again. And again, if StreamYard could ever get it to work exactly with YouTube's merged one that they're supposed to do, then I'd prefer that. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure out this vertical/horizontal streaming thing eventually. But again, I think it was a good experiment. I had a great night with you guys. Thanks for doing the channel reviews, the great questions and super chat. I think it was very cool. So again, we'll catch you next time. Stay awesome. And if I don't see you between now and then, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Take care.
Becoming a content creator can be a very lonely process and adventure, but it doesn't have to be. When I first got started going from 0 to 100,000 subscribers, I had to do it all by myself. I didn't have a community of like-minded and like-hearted creators to talk to or to ask for advice, and I certainly didn't have a mentor to guide me along the way. I built the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group because when I was getting started, what would have meant the world to me is not to have to struggle alone when it comes to being a full-time content creator. If I had had a community of creators that I could talk to and share information with, I would have avoided a lot of mistakes in my early career, and there would have been opportunities with brand deals where I would have gotten a better understanding of how to negotiate, and I wouldn't have undersold myself. I wouldn't have been taken advantage of in those early situations. So in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group, myself and our co-instructor Andy Rivera, we meet twice a week for office hours with our creators, and we share information, we talk about how we're building our creator businesses, and we offer constructive criticism and critique on the things that we're working on for our projects. You'll be part of a community of usually around 100 like-minded creators who are taking this seriously just like you are. You'll also have all access as a Pro Group member to all of our past, present, and future courses, training, templates, digital downloads, and swipe files. You have full access to our creator blueprints where you'll see our systems and the frameworks that we use to execute. You know, you always fall or rise to the standard of your systems. A lot of people really underestimate how important that is. We have digital download templates that can help you so you don't have to start with a blank canvas. These done for you files are actually incredibly helpful, especially for things like your thumbnails, your media kits, and anything you need for your branding as a content creator to look professional. We have email swipe files that help you with reaching out to brands. We have great information in helping you price yourself and build your packages appropriately. And remember, as part of the Pro Group, you have the opportunity to ask questions from myself and all the other creators participating. And so this means that if you need to ask questions about a negotiation or a brand deal, there's something you're not sure about, you're trying to find a better monetization opportunity with merch or affiliates, you have people who have done it before, who are already making money, that you can reach out to for advice. As I said, when I was starting out and I was flying solo, this is the thing that I wish I'd had the opportunity to be a part of, and it would have made all the difference in the world in helping me be an even more successful content creator. If you have questions, you can always reach out via support. We're happy to help you figure out if the Pro Group is right for you. Also, we do have the opportunity for you to become a VIP member if you also would like quarterly one-on-one coaching with me directly. Now go out there and create something awesome today, and hopefully we'll see you in the pro group. Take care.